We all love our super long JRPGs, but today we wanted to do something a little bit more interesting and rank the long JRPGs not by how much we love them in general, because otherwise this entire tier list would be S tier, but how well they use their time. So we're going to take a crack at that today. But before we get into it, Mags, how's it going?
Hi, it's going well. I'm doing well. I'm not in the office tonight, but I'm in our downstairs. So little change of scenery. The blank wall
Mags
is
got
back.
in trouble, so we put her in a
Blank wall.
dungeon. That's the truth of it, actually.
I love the blank wall. I kind of missed
doesn't,
it.
Doesn't your
To
house,
assassin us
Brandon,
too
have the
much.
brig because you were on the
He
cruise?
has the brig.
Like, wasn't that was a whole thing? Remember?
We don't talk about the brig, Max. We don't talk about the brig.
Who's in the brig right now?
Yeah, I'm literally in the brig right now.
No.
You can't
the brig that you're in
silence me. Anyways, I'm doing well, and I finished Starbites, so that's cool. I feel like my thoughts on it didn't really change leading up to the end. I still feel I think I would actually drop it from a 7.5 to a 7, actually, because unfortunately,
you drop it.
I would drop it, not because it doesn't end well. I actually enjoy the ending and the story twists and like the lore that you get while playing the experience. But unfortunately, there were a few performance issues with the Switch version that I was playing, mainly just in the form of crashes. So there would just be a couple of times where the game would like completely stop working. And so I would have to just completely close it, reopen it, and like start at an autosave point and have to kind of backtrack a little bit from that.
You said this is the Switch version?
The 3DS
Yes.
the Switch version.
The 3DS version.
Okay, so yeah, the Switch version looks rough, and that's definitely valid. I do think it looks good, decent in handheld mode on the Switch 2 with the boost enabled. Like the game actually looks nice in that version, but unfortunately, even with that upgrade, like there were still some performance issues and like crashes and like that sort of stuff. Like hopefully it's just because I'm playing it before launch and they're working on a patch like for the release date. And of course, like now, like at the time that this episode's going to go live, the game's going to be out. So hopefully by that point, the game is fixed. So we'll see. But overall, it was a fun little JRPG. I don't regret the time that I spent on it. And I think there was a lot of potential there. It's just one of those things where maybe I didn't realize its full potential in certain areas.
Right.
But I did start a new game today, just kind of like something short to kind of space out some of the time in between JRPGs. I think it's nice to have a break. So I started Coffee Talk. I don't know if either one of y'all have played
I've
that
heard
one.
about it.
No, I've heard great things.
I think it would be fun.
It is. So you're a barista and you have a coffee shop. You basically, it's like first person. So you just see the people in front of you and you make the drinks and you listen to their conversations, and you're a person in the game. Like you have dialogue that you'll speak as different patrons are talking to you and visiting your coffee shop. But it's been fun so far. It's just very chill. Right? Like you're a coffee shop that's open really late at night. So you get some interesting characters. I don't know why you guys are laughing. I can't.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll find out later.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think I'm done.
No, it's nothing about you, Mags. It's maybe the Discord that everybody should join if you're not joined yet.
Yeah,
Slam,
it's a good Discord.
Slam, what's up?
Oh, yeah. Everything is good over here, man. And you know what? I finished Starbites.
Just check the Discord now. Oh.
The pre-show has
That
carried
was
over
it?
into the main show.
Y'all are just giggling.
The pre-show has carried over into the main
okay?
show. So I apologize for that.
It's okay.
But
Apologizing over here.
what was I doing? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah.
How are you?
Starbites. You beat Starbites.
I'm good. Everything's good. I'm good. Starbites. I'm in agreement with Mags. I think I'd probably drop it down to a 7 after finishing it too. Again, not because the ending was bad, but it also wasn't like amazing. Like it didn't make the last couple of acts like feel grandiose or better. There wasn't like a big payoff at the end. I didn't come away from the ending being like, oh, that was amazing. I really love the way they closed that out. It was more like, all right, cool. Now I can play something else. And
that's how I felt too. Oh man. Which I know it doesn't like speak well to the game, but like I did have fun with it.
Yeah,
I just go in with those expectations, like not up here.
It has, I think the issue mainly with Starbites is it just has some pain points.
Yeah.
It doesn't perform the greatest. There's a lot of backtracking, and me in particular, I hate it. I hate backtracking in video games. It's like one of my pet peeves. If you're gonna make me backtrack, make it worth it. This one did not. But it did have some highlights, and like I do encourage you, like if you were interested in playing Starbites in the lead up to the release, definitely play it. It's a fun game. It's a good turn-based JRPG, and I enjoyed most of my time with it.
The gameplay is a highlight for sure.
Yeah,
that
for
part
sure.
is a lot of fun.
I like the combat.
Yeah,
and then this is kind of after. This will be after embargo, well after embargo.
Yeah.
I've been playing Tales of Arise on the Switch 2 for quite a while now, and I'm in love with it. I've been totally addicted to it. I haven't played this game since it came out, and I want to say this game came out in like what? Like
2021.
2021. Yeah. So I'm like, man, it's been 5 years since I played this game. I never played the DLC. And it runs really well on Switch too. Like I don't do like crazy performance testing or anything like that, but from what I've played, it's been really steady. It's been good. It's performed well. It looks great. And I love playing it in handheld. So been playing a ton of Tales of Arise. That one's fun. And I actually have also been playing Saros on the PlayStation 5. I love Housemark.
Yeah.
Resogun is probably my like most proud platinum trophy I've ever gotten because it was so difficult. But I like Housemark's games. I like Resogun. I like Alienation. I like what was the one that came out on the PS5 when Returnal? That's it.
That's right. That's the one I was trying to look up. I was like, what's the other game that they released? And
so I've been playing
it was Returnal.
Saros, and it's just been like a nice, fun change of pace. You know, when I want something like completely different, like you said, Mags, to kind of like shake up things. Like it's a roguelite, so like you do a run, and I might do like a couple runs in like an hour or something like that, and it's nice. It's good. Shake up.
Yeah, it's good to mix it up.
What about you, Brandon? How you been, bud?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Still carrying through. So, we're recording these episodes kind of close together. So still just chugging along with the games I'm playing. I did download the Adventures of Elliot demo, though, because there's going to be a save that transfers to the main game. I am super hyped for that game. It looks amazing. So I'm downloading that, and I'm going to get into that maybe not after this recording, but
how did I also
time in.
Yeah, how did I not talk about that? Because I realized that this is after the embargo for that too.
Yeah,
I played
Get it, Slam.
The Adventures of Elliot in New York for like 2 hours, and the demo they put me in was like pretty late game. I had like a bunch of weapons to choose from, like a boomerang, a bow, some big hammers, some like chain weapon that was really cool. And they kind of like a lot of previews that you go to will be really like restricted on what you can do, where you can go. They're very specific on the different things you can do. The Adventures of Elliot demo that I went to, like they kind of were just like, do whatever you want. Unfortunately, I didn't get footage from the whatever I want. I did get full footage of the dungeon that I completed on hard mode, which was fun. I played on the new hardest difficulty that they added after the demo. And it is awesome. It is actually quite challenging. Really enjoyed that. But then when you like after you finish a dungeon, you can go out and just explore anywhere and everywhere, a whole map. You can fast travel and bounce between a bunch of different places. The only thing I couldn't do was travel through time. So they're pretty restricted on the storytelling aspect of this. I've seen no story. Like they did not have any cutscenes, no like NPC chat, no like story progression or anything that is unfolding. So like what we already knew about the story, I didn't get anything more from the demo. It was very gameplay heavy, very gameplay focused. And I went around in all kinds of different areas. There was like a forest area. There was like this ice, snowy area. There's all kinds of
Let's
like
go.
little dungeons and stuff inside these different hidden areas that have like, you know, hidden bosses and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed my time with Adventures of Elliot. I have a full preview breakdown on my channel, so be sure to go check that out if you haven't yet. Sorry to interrupt you, Brandon. You're the best.
No, you're good. I'm excited about this game. I'm super hyped for the demo because it's going to have the save file transfer, just like they've been doing for a lot of the demos that they have dropped recently. Which, by the way, just as a side note, Square has been killing it with these demos. Like I don't know if they did this before, but at the very least, starting with like Dragon Quest XI's when that came out, when they dropped that demo and they gave you a good like what was it like 15 hours or something,
that demo
and
was
then the
so
save
long.
data transferred. It was crazy, and since then they've just been continuing to come out with these demos that transfer save data, and I love that because it gets you like into the game and genuinely hyped up in a way that is going to be consistent with the game itself versus just like, hey, I did a couple of battles and it's meaningless, right? Like this actually just gets you right into it, and I'm so pumped about that. So yeah, very excited about this one.
Yeah, I feel like demos, you know, back when we were kids, demos used to take like slices of the game that you could play like in. It was almost like a compiled version of the game that was like completely different. Sometimes you'd play just a specified sequence of the game in demo form, and what you played wasn't even like anything like that in the game. And I do kind of miss that sometimes too, like specially formulated demos, and because didn't Unicorn Overlord didn't that have a demo?
Unicorn Overlord.
I think
so.
it did have a demo, yeah.
And it was the beginning of the game, and I feel like it was Unicorn Overlord where I played it, and I was like, man, the whole demo is just like one really long tutorial, and you know that kind of sucks when that happens. But you're not going to have that with Adventures of Elliot because it's not that type of game, you know.
So you're saying that it wasn't the greatest demo ever told?
No comment.
Nothing was said of the sort, Mags. Let's move on. All right. Speaking of the greatest story ever told, are we ready to dive into this tier list?
Let's do it.
All right. So again, just to set this one up, we do not want to rank these based on how much we love these games, because otherwise this would be a sad list because everything would be an S, A, and D. So
because we love long JRPGs.
We need to rank these based on how well or how effectively we think that they use the amount of time it takes to play these games. So with that out of the way, Slam, let's go.
All right, let's go, baby.
Baby, let's go. That's for you, Lurock.
Yeah.
He says it out loud apparently whenever he watches.
That was a good let's go, Brandon. I appreciate it.
I appreciate
the enthusiasm was so like
thanks, dude. Oh man, it's so nice.
Incredible execution, dude.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate
it. Anytime. First game. This is a great episode. First game up. Metaphor Refantasio. Personally, I love this game, and I felt like it got a lot of love when it came out, but since it came out, people are like kind of not so high on it. At least according to my comment section.
I feel like I've seen that consensus too, and that like the final boss is kind of rough.
I loved it. It is rough.
People.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But I liked it. You just got to prepare, you know, you gotta do better, you know.
I'm just mentioning that because I wonder, like, since we are ranking these based on how they handle their playtime, if the final boss is extremely difficult and it causes people to have to go and backtrack to grind so that they're prepared for the final boss?
So
like,
actually,
is that,
and I don't want to spoil anything, but there is an
Right.
opportunity before you get into the final boss to prepare well for the final boss. And it even tells you that. It even says
Okay.
you should
Yeah.
do these 3 things before you fight the final boss. And if you choose not to do those 3 things, the final boss is very, 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 very difficult.
Okay.
But if you do those 3 things, it's not that bad. So
Okay, so
Well-
it's not like a you need to grind to do it. You have to do like specific
like tasks.
mhm.
That's what I was
Interesting.
wondering, because I'm like, if it's one of those scenarios where it's like and some people enjoy that experience. And I'm not trying to like say that it's a bad thing, but I think for a lot of folks, if you get to the final boss and it's like, oh, I'm going to have to grind for like X amount of hours, even more after playing the game for so many hours, that can be a deterrent at times.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to. I mean, I beat it on normal.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't
But
do that
presumably-
much grinding, you know.
Okay.
Presumably,
I
those
did
extra
get
things at the
frustrated.
end would be like story related, right?
Yeah, they
like,
are.
hey, boss
Mhm.
has whatever
Yep.
these shields up, and you can do these things to knock it
It
down.
is
and make
one
it
of
a
those
normal
type
boss
things.
fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
For me, I love the story of Metaphor, and the ending and the way it unfolds is an incredible payoff. And Metaphor is on here twice. Dang it. It has an incredible payoff. And I would personally, at minimum, have it in A tier. But
Mhm.
I like it so much, I would probably put it in S tier. But I know neither one of you have played it.
Right.
No, I honestly, we need to get this sucker on the Switch too, man. I
I
genuinely,
know. I want to play it
have
there too. I have
and
it
I
too.
want to play it on the. I want to play the game, but like I want to play it on the Switch too.
Yeah.
Not as a key card. Do not. Anyway, I'd like to play it on the Switch too.
Yeah.
I'll put it in A tier since only one of us has played it. But
I think that's fair,
okay.
but like, let the record show you think that
Let
it's
the
S
record show.
tier
I
level.
think Brandon would enjoy it, but like and you guys can let me know after you do play it. I think Brandon would probably put it in A tier because there's going to be some things about it that he's not a huge fan of. And Mags, I don't know if you'll even really gel with it too much.
Because of the story or the gameplay or
I'm not like, I think maybe this my thing is the story, because it can be man, I don't want to spoil anything.
that's okay.
I
I'm
don't
just
want to talk
curious.
about the story, but it is like,
Yeah.
it is one of the things that a lot of people criticize with it.
Okay.
Certain, like, you know, things that happen in the story or whatever, or certain characters. But I personally like it, and I could be totally wrong about both your opinions. You both come in here and be like, this was the best story ever told, way better than Unicorn Overlord. And
Ooh,
Brandon
watch
won't
it,
say
Slam.
that. Brandon won't say that.
Watch it, buddy.
I would say that about almost
We're getting
anything,
a little-
but
little-
I
Brandon
would
won't
say
it.
that about almost anything. Mags, I don't know.
That's so interesting, though, because I typically do like the stories in Atlas games, but I know this was a bit of a
This
different
is so
direction
different.
for them.
It is
so
I
can understand what you're saying.
It is
Yeah.
definitely completely different. It's nothing like Persona.
Mhm.
I'm not like 100% sure how you feel about like the medieval, like fantasy style storytelling.
Oh, I don't mind that because I've played a lot of Western RPGs.
That's true.
Kind
That's a
of
good
set
point.
in that time, like I've enjoyed those. So I don't know. I think that I'm not sure until I play it.
I think I asked
completely.
you to try it one time, didn't I? Didn't you start
did.
it like
I
when we
did
first
start
met?
it.
Okay.
I did. I just then Trails in the Sky came
Yeah.
out, so I
You got
got
it,
derailed.
obviously.
But I do think that, like Brandon said, I would probably be able to play it a bit more efficiently if it was on
the
Switch or Switch 2, just because of the portability. So I'd like to play it there.
Well, my opinion is Metaphor ReFantasio handles the long play
Mhm.
time pretty well. It's a fun game.
Yeah. Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think we all know where this is going. Boop, boop, boop.
Okay, but let's talk about it. Because like I
Okay.
don't. It is going to land in S tier. Let's
Yeah.
be real. But I have heard from some people some critiques for this game because of the sheer amount of quests and content, the size of the world, things like that, where
Mhm.
people who have tendencies to be more perfectionistic in games felt
Mm.
like, holy smokes, like there is so much to do here. Um, I personally don't think that that is a problem. I think like the game, even if you ignore all the extra stuff, like it's still going to be one of the best games you've ever played. Um, but I want to at least like put that out there because we're
Yeah.
talking about this from a like how well does the game use its time? I think it uses it brilliantly. Um,
Mhm.
but it's still there's a lot there depending on how much you want to invest in the game.
I
Yeah.
agree. It
I
is.
think so.
It's tough when we talk about length in JRPGs, right? It's tough to talk about whether a game handles it well or not because it is somewhat subjective, right? Like, do you really want a bunch of side quests? Are you a completionist? Is the game
Mhm.
long because you have to complete all these things? Does it and we'll get to one later that makes you do some stuff unnecessarily. Um, or is it does it handle flexibility and length well? So can you mainline the game, have a good time? It's still long, but it's like you get some flexibility on whether it's like 70 hours or 200 hours, right? And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
Yeah.
want to go the completionist route and it takes 200 or 300 hours, great. But are you missing anything significant? Like, are you having a worse experience because you only spent 75 hours in the game? And I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 handles flexibility and length better than probably any game on this list.
Yeah, yeah. I would have to agree with that. Like I think it's just at a baseline. If you invest any amount of time into Xenoblade 3 and you beat the game, you will not regret it.
Yeah,
Period.
that's my
Like,
Mhm.
opinion too.
yeah, you
Yeah.
will have an absolute blast if you go do all the extra stuff, but if you just mainline the story, you still will not regret it and you won't feel like you missed anything. And I
Mhm.
think, yeah, to
Yeah.
Slam's point, I think that's an indication that it handles its length and its extra content brilliantly. Love this game.
Yeah. And I think there's something to be said too about how length can be justified based on how meaningful the side content is. And in this game in particular, most of the side content, I would say, is very worth your time. When you think about the hero quests and how those
Yep.
are really like mini stories that the game uses to help further illustrate the lore of the world. I've always thought that like that game in particular does that so well. Like you're kind of like seeing this world and its weird constraints as the main cast, and then as you go through the hero quest, you can see like how it's affected people differently, like this
Yeah.
arbitrary like lifespan time and how people
Yeah.
live and have to deal with that in different ways. And so if you have content that increases the game's length but it's meaningful and it's worth doing, then I think that also like benefits the game and justifies how long it can be.
Well, and even not it's not even just from a story perspective too. You do the hero quests and you get like
The
mechanics
job.
and you get
Yeah.
jobs and new classes and yeah, like it the way
Yeah.
it ties everything together is incredible. It is so
Yeah.
brilliantly done.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know if there's a game that does that better, where it makes the side quests so meaningful and important to where like you want to do them all because of everything you're going to get from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Side quests that feel so good that sure you could miss them, but if you do them, it's going to feel just as good as the main quest.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think it earns its spot, but I figured it was at least worth hashing through some of that so we're not just like, all right, S tier, move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good call, Brandon.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we love you.
Thanks,
All
buddy.
right. Next up,
Sweet Slam.
next up is Octopath Traveler 0. And me and Brandon powered through a good 100 plus hours of this one when it came out.
We did.
I
Mhm.
couldn't
man.
put it down. I really couldn't
Yeah.
put it down. I was obsessed with it. And we both landed on it as a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
we,
Loved this game.
we both loved it. From a length perspective, where do you have it on the list, do you think?
So from a length perspective, I honestly would probably drop it to an A. I think this game, like, there's so many good things to say about this game, right? Like, number one, this is an incredible example of how you can take what's good from a mobile game and deliver it in a single player format. I think it did that really, really well. There's some things here and there that translated like not as great as you would hope, but by and large, it was brilliant. Like the story arcs were fantastic. The way it tied everything up in the end was good. But I think some of the ways that we didn't sort of like streamline or consolidate the mobile arc changes um, could make some parts of it feel like the time is not utilized as well as it possibly could be, especially because like when we say 100 hours in this game, we're talking like the main
Main
story.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this isn't like it's a 50-hour game, but you can put 100. It's like, no, you have to put 100 hours in this game to beat the game, like
And
90
it's a
to
little
100. So,
convoluted in how it paces that too, because it like you can roll the credits at like 60 hours or something like that, if I remember right. Like you can roll one set of credits and then you go back, you do some story stuff or whatever. So it is a little convoluted in that respect.
yeah.
I would say A, but oh man, in front or behind Metaphor?
It almost sounds like it should be
That's
behind based on what you said about Metaphor Slam, because you were going to put it in S
That's true.
based on your own perspective.
And
yeah, I think that's a fair spot for it.
I will put next up Persona 5 Royal, my favorite game of all time. For me, this would be the number one, but we're talking about how it handles length. And I do think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 probably handles its length a little bit better than Persona 5 Royal.
I'd agree with that too.
But Royal is another one that it just handles it so well. Like the story is great. It's well paced. The palaces break up gameplay really nicely. Each palace kind of feels like its own video game. And for that reason, like it consistently feels fresh, especially as you're building relationships and, you know, being introduced to new characters consistently, new gameplay mechanics regularly. It just stays fun throughout. It doesn't really get boring.
Yeah, I think the calendar system as well, because the game gives you agency over that, is a benefit in this game. Because if there are certain moments where you feel like it's kind of lagging and you want to speed it up, you can just zip through those calendar days, or you can be thoughtful about it and try out different offerings throughout the game and mix it up so that it doesn't feel monotonous. So it just gives you a lot of control to where you can tailor the experience depending on how you're feeling. Like if you feel like it's dragging on, you can do something about it. Or if you want to experience everything the game has to offer, you can too, just based on how you organize those like individual days.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much to add. I would say a critique, um, and not necessarily one that I think would lower it on the list, is that for some people, these games, and this is true of like Persona in general, these games benefit from having a guide to get the most out of the game. Because like, so I had a friend, for example, Rob, I don't know if you're watching this, but shout outs if you are. But I had a friend named Rob who played Persona 5 Royal, and he didn't use either he didn't use a guide at first or he used it late, if I remember correctly. And he didn't get the third semester in Royal.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that sucks.
so he got not the best ending. And I mean, shout outs to him. Like he locked in and he played it a second time to get the final ending. But like in that kind of scenario, like that's rough. That's rough because he still put in a good whatever 80 something hours into playing the game.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the best of what it had to offer. So that context can be a challenge for Persona games. And frankly, even for me, when a new Persona game comes out, I am looking for early guides to see like what the recommendations are for how you do your social links, like what activities you prioritize up front, like all of those kinds of things, because I don't want to put 90 hours into a game and accidentally miss something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that is something to be said in terms of like how it handles the length. Now, if you have help, a guide, or you're just particularly keyed in to exactly what you need for the ending, which is easier in 5, but like in 4 golden, I love that game, but if you don't have a guide, like you will probably miss that true ending because the choices you have to make
Mm.
are so counterintuitive that it's so easy to miss that, right? If you have the guide and you have the direction, then absolutely you can get everything out of this game within the amount of time that the game has to offer. But that can be a challenge.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Word.
point.
Next one up is an interesting one. Star Ocean
Ooh.
to the end of time.
Star Ocean 3, baby. Now, we chose this one because of the length. The other ones we looked at,
Mhm.
if I remember correctly, didn't actually hit
No, this one can
the
hit.
minimum.
They weren't
This
70
one,
plus hours, which was kind of like our
that's where
baseline,
our
just
cutoff
FYI.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, I remember being like maybe one of, if not the longest PS2 games back in the day.
Yeah, if you do the completionist stuff, you do everything, this game can be insanely long.
Yeah. I haven't
That
played
being
it
said,
for a really,
Like,
really long time.
What
but I
is the
remember.
content that takes up so much time, though, in this
So
one in
yeah, I was
particular?
gonna say, if you're going through the story, first of all, like this is my personal favorite Star Ocean. I have a bias because it was my first Star Ocean. I didn't even know what the series was until I played this, and then I became obsessed with Star Ocean.
Hmm.
Except for the newer ones, but that's neither here nor there. Integrity and faithfulness, specifically Mags.
It's
I see
like
your
Star Ocean 6 is
Sauron
good.
look over
Don't
there.
slander it. Anyway.
I actually haven't played 6 because
No.
I was so not happy about the previous one.
Oh,
But
it's
anyway,
good. It's good. Anyway.
I'd like to get to it. But this one, the main story is still long, but it's really, really good. And you could just do the main story and be done there. But the post game content for this game is insane. And I have this hilarious story. A friend of mine and I were playing this like in high school. We used to go to the beach for his birthday, and he had this, and he was doing the post game content, and he was fighting the last boss at the very top of this like tower that you get in the post game, and he kept dying, and he couldn't figure out what it was because he had everything, and then he realized he had a skill turned on that it was like a berserk skill where you have like whatever 50% more damage but like 50% less defense, and all he had to do was turn it off, and that was it. That was the win. And during the time he was figuring that out, he started a new file and was playing that to just try to, think about it and try to figure it out. And then he saved over his file at like, it was like 2 a.m. And he woke me up like screaming. No! It was devastating. So
Oh my
if you think my
gosh.
trail story is devastating, that was rough. That was rough. Poor Steel. So shout outs to Steel.
I hope you're
But
doing
I
better
think,
now.
yeah,
I'm gonna
after
let
all of these years.
I'm gonna let you place it because I just have nostalgia goggles on for this one. Personally, if I go back and like think about all the fun I had with it as a kid, I'd probably place it at like a B. I don't know that it's
B is solid.
okay.
I'd put it at a B.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think too, especially if it, not that I've played it, but if a lot of it is like weighed down by the post game, like that can vary, right? Because for a lot of folks, when they finish a story, it's tough to hang on and like
Well,
continue,
it
right?
was also like an aspect of Tri-Ace games that a lot of people honestly loved, and we don't get very much anymore from like Square Enix Tri-Ace. Because
Mm-hmm.
this was like an era where they did this, where the post game content was really expansive. They had references to their other games, like you'd see Valkyrie in these games or different things like that. Radiata is just the same. There's post game content, same
Mm-hmm.
thing. Big old dungeon. You see Valkyrie, like other Tri-Ace bosses and things like that. So if you were into the Tri-Ace Square Enix sphere of games, the post game here was incredible. But if you're someone who's like just coming in and you don't know any of that extra stuff, then it would feel like, whatever, extra fluff, like you can level up more and do some cool things, but it didn't feel meaningful. It was built specifically for the fans, and so that's why I would put it at B, right? For me and for my friend and anybody else in that sphere, it was incredible. Those references like were so much fun to go find. But for your average consumer, they might not see the value of the post game like we do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Next up, Bravely Default and Bravely Default 2.
This is rough because I really love these games.
I do too. I think Bravely Default I like more than 2.
Yes, but from a time standpoint, like Bravely Default has got to get knocked.
Oh yeah, for that end portion.
Yeah. Just because of that end portion, because you're repeating so many things over and over again. And I get why they did it. From a story perspective, I find it fascinating. From a time taken perspective, like they're literally just recycling the same things over and over and over and over again until you get to the end. Yeah. So I love this game, but from a pure time standpoint, I'd probably knock it down, to like B or even C.
I'm okay with C because I think it's a good example of a good game that doesn't handle the length of playtime very well.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably put Default 2 in the front of B.
Yeah. 2 handles it better.
It handles it better, yeah. It doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It's rough, but it does have like similar mechanics and pacing to 1.
Yeah. Great games, definitely worth like checking out. They're like classic turn-based. You have your like Final Fantasy V type classes. There's all kinds of fun combinations you can do. They are a vibe. They are fantastic. I love this series. But yeah, for Default 1, Flying Fair, especially the HD one, got a whole bunch of good stuff in there. But you just need to know, if you've never played Bravely Default and you're interested, the last like, what would you say, 20% of the game slam? Yeah, the last like 20-25% of the game, until you actually get to the end, you're cycling through the same thing over and over and over and over again. And it can feel frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persona 3 Reload. I love this game. I love it so much. It's not as long as Royal or Xenoblade 3 or even Metaphor for that matter, I don't think. But it is still, you'll still hit that 70-hour mark here. I think it polishes up a lot of the original Persona 3 stuff. Tartarus being super repetitive. It's no longer repetitive here. They switched up a lot of the designs of the different floors, which was cool. They adjusted some things to the pacing. They implemented Persona 5's combat system. This is a really good Persona game. And I would probably, I think I put it front of A tier for the missing content and tacking on the DLC of some stuff that should have been in there originally. I played the DLC. It's good. It just shouldn't have been DLC. It should have been included.
Do you think that, like, I haven't played Reload, but I played Portable, and like I do feel like kind of by the end the repetitiveness of Tartarus kind of gets to you, and I love that game like so much.
It's definitely not as bad in Reload.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, compared to Portable, like, do you still kind of feel that way by the end though? Like, okay, I've kind of had enough of Tartarus. Like, I'm done. Or is it like much better?
I didn't really feel that way.
It's way better.
It is significantly better. Yeah. Like each of the floor, like even each of the sections of Tartarus are differently designed, have different enemies and bosses. You know, it's like
and on top of that, like they fixed it so that like you can keep grinding and finding things. There's like extra paths that you can split off down and explore. So like everything about Tartarus feels way more meaningful. I don't think it's as strong of a gameplay loop as, let's say, Persona 5, because it's still Tartarus. So it's almost like the best version of Mementos, right? And it looks way better. but it's still kind of that like dungeon crawl. So if you don't enjoy that, then that's okay, and you might not feel like it uses the time as well. But what they did with it and how they changed it makes it so that like that gameplay mechanic is significantly better than we've ever seen it. So yeah,
Hmm.
In
I think
some
it
ways, it's even better than 5. Not all of them, not
Sure.
always, but it's a very good Persona game and one of my favorites. I would put it front of A for the reasons I mentioned, and plus what you said, Brandon.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for it.
Bam. Dragon Quest 7 fragments.
Now we didn't do reimagined.
We didn't because it's not that long.
Drops it to like 40 hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we chose the long one, the 3DS version, the best version of the long Dragon Quest 7. I really love this one. I know I kind of have like a little bit of nostalgia for it. I recognize that it's long and its pacing isn't the best, and it doesn't stack up nearly as well as the S and A tiers that are on here. I would probably personally, just trying to remove my bias for my love for Dragon Quest 7 and recognize that it has some flaws, especially in the length department. I would probably put it at the back of B or the front of C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is such an interesting conversation because like reimagined,
we have an
like,
issue with reimagined for it being too short.
Reimagined is like too short, too easy, and like the moonlighting system doesn't have the punch that we hoped it did. But this one, like you're grinding a ton if you get even 2 classes mastered, right? So like,
and it doesn't do a good job. If you want to change jobs, you have
there
to
needs
go
to be
back
like a medium
to the town, and every time you want to change jobs, like there is some pain points and quality of life stuff that's just not there with Dragon Quest 7. Like if you went to go play it today, you'd be like, "What? Why?"
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They just didn't do a good job of striking that balance and finding the middle ground that they should have. They wanted to make it short, and they made it too short.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
With Reimagine, they were like, their main focus shouldn't have been, let's make the shortest version of Dragon Quest 7 we can. The main focus should have been, how can we streamline this and cut off like as much time as we can while keeping it still Dragon Quest 7.
Yeah.
So I'm
so
gonna put
I think I would agree with you, Slam. I think that's probably a good spot for it from a time perspective. Again,
time perspective. If it was just
None
for the
of these
game, I'd
games
put
are
it
bad.
higher.
Yeah.
Next up,
all right,
Final Fantasy 12 on the PS2. Me and Brandon both like this one. Brandon, I think, likes it a little bit more, but I've been meaning to go back and play Final Fantasy 12.
I love 12, dude.
Because for some reason, it's just been calling me. It's calling me on the phone. It's like, hey,
attaboy.
Bam, Final Fantasy 12 is calling.
Is
Hello?
this Slam Zany?
Hello?
Final Fantasy 12.
Come play it.
Now, this is the original 12 and not Zodiac Age.
Zodiac Age is a little shorter.
Does streamline things, but I actually, and again, this is a very Brandon thing, so this doesn't need to impact where we place it here, but I personally prefer 12's flexibility with the job system, or with the board, the Zodiac board, or whatever it's called, because you can turn any character into anything. But also, like, the original game has got some crazy zany ways to like break the game that make it really fun. So like if you just play it through, you'll get the most out of it. But like I've played this game probably like 4 times now, and being able to like find ways to like run into the Necro Hall of Nabudis and like grab the Zodiac Spear, because like there was this mechanic in the game where if you opened certain chests in certain areas, the Zodiac Spear would disappear, and it was the strongest weapon in the game. So in the very beginning, if you're brave, You can go to one of the higher level areas, run through, try desperately not to get hit, grab the Zodiac Spear, and get the heck out of there and start the game with the Zodiac Spear. And that makes it so that like some bosses, like the Demon Wall, like you can actually take down, whereas like typically you're not supposed to beat the boss, but the game will let you beat the boss, and fun things like that. So the time you spend with the game can change depending on how you go about your classes, like what you're willing to go risk, like what you're willing to go find. And I just found it incredibly fun. I love that game so much. So I don't want to say it should be super high per se, because I think there's some elements of the game that don't use your time well. There is some backtracking for some of the side quests and things like that. Um, but but honestly, like it's a really good time. So I personally, from a time perspective, would probably have it in the A or B tier. Probably like back of A, top of B for me personally.
I
But
can put it in the back of A. I like it a
okay.
lot.
Max, you haven't played 12, yeah?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's right. You hate Final Fantasy. I forgot about that. All right, let's go ahead and move on.
Okay.
Another Final Fantasy
Moving on.
game. Final Fantasy
Moving
Another
on.
Final Fantasy game. Oh, Max is gonna hate this.
There's literally 3 in a
So-
row. Like,
Oh, right.
So, this is going to be an interesting conversation to have because it is an MMO, and
Yep.
the length here is what we're trying to talk
Right.
about. If we were just talking about Final Fantasy 14 as a game, it would be top S tier. It's awesome, amazing, right? Everything about it is great.
It's not just the length; it's how well
it
uses
handles
yeah.
the length.
Is
Yes.
it worth the
And
time
From
that you
an
put in?
MMO standpoint, it's great. And I don't know how much we want to put toward that. Like,
Mhm.
this is an MMO, so we have to like take that into consideration because this is just how an MMO is structured. It's
Well,
going to be
yeah.
a really long game.
There's certain things with this, right? Like, it is an MMO, so it's going to be significantly longer. Now, here's from my perspective, here's the good and the bad. I'll start with the good. The good is this is some of the best storytelling in video games, period, let alone Final Fantasy. If you do put in the time, like you're going to get the same high that you get from like your favorite show, your favorite anime, whatever, you're going to get with this game because the way they build the characters and everything is unbelievable. It's so good. It's so memorable. And the gameplay, they have streamlined it so that now you can single player this entire thing all the way to the end. You don't need to go do some of the more MMO like dungeons and events and things like that that you used to have to do. So they have provided an avenue to spend less time. Like if you're an OG player, before these things happened, you've spent thousands of hours in this game. If you're a new player, you can drop that from a story perspective to hundreds, right? It's still going to be a lot, but it's not nearly going to be as much as it used to be. Now, here's the downside. The bad is, as an MMO, this world is massive, but it's also really slow. So, like, if I have a mount, which is supposed to speed things up, and I'm in a really big area, I'm still like chugging. Like, it could take me like a few minutes to get from point A to point Z, or from point A to point B without any meaningful things happening. Now, one could argue that you still are immersed in the world, you're getting some of the music, like, there's still things there that are valuable. But that's something that I'm one of Final Fantasy 14's biggest advocates. And sometimes when I play the game, I'm just like, like we're in this giant space area. Like, can I just go? Like, this is taking so long, right? And I'm constantly charting out like which ether crystal can I warp to get me closest to the next objective because it takes so long to move, right? So that slows things down in a way that I frankly don't think needs to be necessary. and can make someone feel like it's not using their time or it's not respecting their time.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to MMOs, you're running into the in between the big story beats points that in an MMO can last forever, where you're doing very monotonous tasks that
Sure.
are not really that fun or really adding
Right.
anything to the overall experience. That's just how MMOs work. It's not a knock against Final Fantasy 14 specifically, but that's how you level. And that's like the point of these games. And so I do think that should be taken into consideration with how games handle length. For me, I love Final Fantasy 14. I do think it is the best MMO ever made. And I think it is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. But I'd probably put it in A tier for length and how it handles it.
Yeah, I
Where
think
in
that's
A
fair.
tier? I don't know. Definitely in front of Octopath. I'd probably put it behind 3 Reload.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. That's what we'll do. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is an S tier for me. I love this game so much. It has all my heart. I could spend 500 hours in Queen's Blood, okay, and feel great about it the entire time. I could not even be playing the mainline Final Fantasy VII Rebirth game and feel amazing because I'm just completely absorbed by Queen's Blood. I love the characters. I love the story. I love the pacing of the main story. I know Brandon feels certain ways about the side activities and how things can kind of feel. You've spoken about how things could feel a little overwhelming or whatever.
Yes, but so it sounds like from Slam's perspective, this should be in D tier. But I'm going to talk you out of it. Slam, okay?
I'm going to talk you out of it.
So
please do.
I think the side content can be overwhelming because the main story is so good. However, none
It's
of
still
the side
good side
content
content.
felt meaningless. Like
Yeah.
if you do all of the side content,
glad
you're
to hear
gonna
that.
love it, right?
Music to
So
my
the
ears.
only reason you would feel like it's overwhelming is because you have other games to play. You don't want to sit and steep in this game, and you're getting so sucked into the side content that you're like, oh, this is so addicting, but I need to do the main story because I need to beat the game, right?
Yeah.
And that's not a time problem. Like it is using the time it has effectively. Like anything you do in this game is going to be enjoyable.
And it's
just
going to
a lot.
contribute to your overall experience too.
Right.
Like, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But
So
for me,
I
this is
personally would put this in S tier.
me too. Man, Brandon, so glad that we agree.
I'm
and
so glad I can
Mags,
talk you out of it, Slam.
Mags, she's gonna play it and she's totally gonna agree with this 100% because she hates or loves Final Fantasy so much. And where we put it in S tier, like for me, I hate putting anything in front of Royal, but like how Rebirth handles length is just, I mean, I love it.
More than Royal? Wow.
I personally
That's
would
interesting.
put it behind Xenoblade.
Hmm.
Not because Royal doesn't handle his time well. It's just that like if there was one game that comes close to handling its extra content as well as Xenoblade, it's Rebirth.
Okay.
Like, the way
We're setting
they
her
make,
expectations so high for this
I
game.
am
this
so
game sucks,
worried.
Mags. It's
I
the
am
worst.
Sucks.
I'm so scared that I'm going to play this and not love it. And then it's just going to be real bad. It's going to be real bad for everyone.
And then we will be able to say definitively that Mags hates Final Fantasy.
Right. And I don't want that because it's not true. It's not true. Let the record show.
Definitely. I mean, if she doesn't like Rebirth, she definitely hates Final Fantasy with all her heart.
she'll just never like anything Final Fantasy until she plays Final Fantasy 9, of course. But we'll get there.
Yeah, eventually.
Okay. Eventually.
Next up,
The shade.
just a little bit, Mags, not too much. We love you. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth is next up on the list, and I think I think this is the one. I'm the only one who's played this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The
I love
Yakuza
it.
games are like, it's definitely a blind spot for me. I want to play them.
Played
but...
the Like a Dragon ones.
Oh, really?
Well, I played Yakuza 0, when that came out on the Switch too at
right.
launch, and I
I
like that
forgot.
one. But I haven't played like all the Yakuza games. I really got into Like a Dragon when it came out.
It's kind of like a new entry point.
It's like its own story a little bit. It definitely has connections to the previous games. I'm sure there's some stuff I'm missing out on.
Yeah.
From not having played them.
Yeah.
But it's totally worth it. I don't want the barrier to entry to Ichiban and his crew. I don't want that. I want to go straight in, and I want to play as Ichiban, the biggest Dragon Quest fan of all time, and just completely wreck stuff. And that's what this game is. And the side mini game, side content stuff, there's not a game on this list that is more fun. Like a Dragon handles fun on a fundamental level that most games just don't understand. And it's wild to me. Like, everything you do in this game is just the definition of fun. And you can get very hooked on this one. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has a resort management simulator that is basically Animal Crossing in Like a Dragon.
I don't know how they pack as much stuff as they put into these games, because some of the side content is insane. I
completely forgot there was a main story for a while, and just
too much going on.
Ran a resort on Hawaii for like so long. That's like what I did every day when I would sit down and play video games for a while, for a long stretch of time. I love Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I think it handles time great, and I would put it in A tier.
Okay.
Probably in front of Metaphor. I'll throw it behind Final Fantasy 14.
Cool.
Are you sure?
I could put it in front of Final Fantasy 14.
I wouldn't, because this is time based. Like, seriously, I wouldn't even be offended if you put it in front of 14. Like, the Yakuza series, just as a whole, is known for like how much you can get out of these games. No matter how much time you put into it, you can mainline them and love them. And if you do all the extra content, like, it is wild and hilarious and crazy. And like, some people just eat up the side content, and like Slam said, forget there's even a main story because it's so insane. So yeah,
it is very good. I think you guys would have a lot of fun if you dove into it. Ichiban, he's a real one.
I've heard so many good things about his character. Like,
he's such a good character.
Yeah, I really want to play them at some point. I have all of them up to Like a Dragon for PlayStation. So
yeah,
I think it would be nice on Switch as well, though. Like, if they put the first Like a Dragon on there, that'd be a nice place to start.
I just jumped into Like a Dragon because it was turn based. And, you know, I was like, you know what, I'll try this one out. I haven't really played Yakuza before. And I'm glad I did. I became obsessed with it. And then Infinite Wealth became obsessed with it. I played Yakuza 0 and I liked it. Not near as much as these games, but
yeah, the gameplay is just so different. But I think the story, though, is pretty solid all the way through from what I've heard.
Yeah. Next one up is The Last Remnant. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I don't think it handles time very well at all. I think it is overly complex just for the sake of being complex. And I think that complexity lends to its length. And I think it's very padded.
Yeah. I
this
really,
is a D tier for me.
I like this game. I wanted to like it more. I've played this game several times now. But the way here's my major problem with this, and this is totally going to be a mechanic problem because I like to break games. This game, if you try to break this game will break you.
Oh no.
Because it is designed in such a way where you are leveling up your squads based on, it's kind of like Final Fantasy 2/Saga system where you level up certain stats and things like that, and you can change classes based on like how you perform. But you can basically get to a point where the level scaling doesn't match anymore, and what you're being able to get, what you're getting out of grinding, is not moving along with the intensity of the enemies. So you can break the game backwards where you're not able to actually play it anymore. So if you wanted to put the time into this game, it will punish you for doing so. And that is my biggest problem with this and the biggest flaw this game has. Like if it was the same exact battle system, but the mechanics were tweaked, so it was just more standard leveling, then I'd have all kinds of fun with this one. Because there's cool class changes and things that you can do and all of that. But when you invest the amount of time that I did and you get to that point where you're like, oh crap, like I'm not able to outperform this level scaling anymore. It makes it hard to see this game as being a good use of time. Because I wasted all kinds of time. So I feel like, unfortunately, as much as I still like this game overall,
I don't really care for it.
For this tier list, I think D makes sense.
It has some good things about it. It does.
Yeah.
And I think the story and setting are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just
story
got
setting was cool. It was like super unique, especially for its time. So I still like the game overall. But
when they remastered it, I was like, really? Like, that's a choice.
I got a physical for it, though.
I know, that's true. Bummer. Did you ever play the remaster or no?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yep.
Was it good? Did they improve a lot or?
Yeah, they did, but the base mechanics were still the same.
No quality of life stuff. Okay. Next up, Tactics Ogre Reborn, one of my favorite tactics games of all time. Brandon, I don't think you've played this yet. I think you told me you haven't. You must play this.
I'd like to.
I wish I knew this when I pushed Unicorn Overlord on you to play, because you would have enjoyed this even more. Tactics Ogre Reborn is so good.
He didn't mean it, Max. He didn't.
I didn't mean it like that. Like I meant like if.
Let the record show, everyone.
I meant like if I was a tactics guy.
Which he's not. He's not really a tactics.
Not really a tactics guy.
Not really a tactics guy.
I played like thousands of hours of these games. Tactics Ogre Reborn is like one of the most difficult and rewarding games I've ever played in my life. And it is very addictive in the same way like Final Fantasy Tactics is. I would say it handles time really well. And I would say like a lot of the time is spent like the battles are long. The mechanics are complex. The job system is deep. You're spending a lot of time tinkering, min-maxing. So it kind of depends on how enjoyable those things are to you, right? It's not long in the same way that a lot of the games on this list are, if that makes sense.
I heard that there was if you're not careful, though, there's a difficulty spike and there's not a lot of opportunity for grinding. Is that correct?
That is, you can, yeah.
You can get stuck, essentially.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening.
So it sounds like the length, a lot of the length is probably spent like in the menus, like trying to optimize your team, and then also in the battles themselves.
Yeah, it's very mechanical. It's a very mechanical game. I would just say probably back of A, front of B. It's still a thoroughly enjoyable game for any tactics fan. Like I would recommend this highly, top of the list for anybody that said they like tactics games. This would be one of my most recommended games to them. So I have a hard time not putting it in A or front of B. But based on the things I said, how do you guys feel?
I think it's a fair placement. Back of A, top of B. I almost, this is a really dumb reason, so let the record show I acknowledge this is a dumb reason, but I almost want to put it top of B just because there's so many in A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, and it sounds like, too, that like your enjoyment of the length of this game is going to be based upon if you like a very specific type of gameplay, which may not be as like friendly as some of these other ones are. True. Because a lot of these other games, their length isn't just like dependent on like one thing. It's like dependent on several. Whereas this one, it sounds like it's very mechanic focused. So
Yeah.
like,
It's also been a
yeah.
long time since I played it, man. I feel like
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
Brandon, if you ever revisit this one, let me know. Maybe we'll revisit it at the same time. Or if you ever visit it for the first time, I meant.
Yeah. No, I definitely would like to get to it. It's in the backlog. So maybe we can, I don't know, plan a time and we'll hit it.
Line something up. SMT5 Vengeance.
It's all you, buddy.
Another one. So I love this game. It is probably my favorite SMT game, and I think Vengeance is the best version of it. It improves a lot of, like, if this was just core SMT5, we might be having a different conversation. But I think it adds a lot to the story and makes the overall experience significantly better. Makes the story more engaging, makes the length far more worth it. It does have a couple of pacing issues, where it can feel a little long in the tooth, where it's kind of like maybe overstaying your welcome if you're not like the biggest, most hardcore SMT fan. But I love SMT games, so that was okay. But it's just something I want to recognize. I would probably put, like, I have a hard time not putting Vengeance in A tier. Like, I mean, it's the best SMT game. It's one of the best long modern JRPGs that exists. Mechanically, it's incredible. And Vengeance did a lot for the story to make it heavily improved. I would have a really hard time not putting this in A tier. I think it is in front of Octopath and probably behind Metaphor.
Okay. I think that makes sense. I don't know. Again, like, I'm happy where 14 is, but if you think some of these games that are not hundreds, if not thousands of hours, are time better spent for the time that you get, then I am okay if you push it up. For games like this, like, I'll leave that up to you, buddy.
I'm going to put it behind 14 because I think 14, there's an aspect of 14 that uses its length for, like, I'm living in this. You know, like, this is my game, you know, for a long time. I think Infinite Wealth does that good as well. So, like, that's where I'm in my mind kind of using it as, like, this, like, wall. Like, does it handle the in-between moments of, like, why am I playing the in-between moments? Why, like, is the length worth it for other aspects outside of the main story, right? Like, yes, I'm doing kind of like monotonous tasks here and there, but I'm also like, there's a million other things I could do. The whole hanging out with your friends aspect, the, you know, free companies and stuff like that, the dungeon raids and everything like that, just like adds to the overall experience. There's a lot to it
That's fair.
that you can do that a game like SMT5 and others just don't have as even options. So that's where I'll put it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now we have Fire Emblem Three Houses.
S tier.
I think we've all played this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so I think I mean, look, here's my argument. Nobody's going to be surprised. You don't need to argue.
I think we all.
For this game, I'm going to argue anyway because I got to talk about it. I got to get it out. It's there. I got to get it out. So if you play one path, you will have a fantastic time and it's an amazing story. But the thing that makes this worth all of the time and why I spent 450 hours in this game is because if you invest more, it adds more depth, more variety. It just gets better and better and better and better and better. And I was so into this game. I've said this 1,000 times. I played all 4 paths. I played the DLC. I played a 5th time where I redid the red path. And I still, when I was done, was like, you know, I could probably go one more time. And I had to be talked out of it. Like, I was obsessed with this game. I loved every minute of it. So this is definitely, as far as like what you get for the time you invest, this is absolutely S tier, top tier for sure. I would be willing to put it at the back, and here's why. I am a crazy person who put 450 hours into this, but some people have felt like the uh the repeat of the monastery section
Yep, I was going to
Mhm.
feels
mention
too
that.
Yeah,
repetitive.
same.
The introductory sequence of each
Yep.
of the paths feels
Yeah.
too similar.
That's
Yeah.
tough. And I think that's the only thing that brings it down.
Yeah, I would
Right.
Yeah.
agree.
And like a lot of people like you, Brandon, probably don't mind, but just the fact that it is repetitive is going to be tough for
Well,
some
and
people.
here's the thing. Here's the thing that
Yeah.
makes it so that I don't think it's as bad as some people say. At least if you like really invest, right? A couple of things. Number one, every time you have the monastery section, you have a chance to recruit certain people from other houses.
Mhm.
So there's some variety there, and it can change your gameplay experience. But also the renown that you get in the game. Every time you play, you get more renown,
Mhm.
and that streamlines everything. So eventually, like when I was on my third, fourth playthrough, I had so much renown that I could just like immediately get like weapon levels purchased, professor level purchased, like all of these things purchased, and just like get what I needed and move instead of like taking the time to build it up like you
Mhm.
do the first and second time you play. Um, so I do think that they handled that effectively, but I still think it's a valid critique for some, especially for someone who didn't invest as much as I did. Because if
Mhm.
I were to go play a 6 path right now, I have so much freaking renown, like none of that would be a problem, right?
Right.
But that's because I put so much time into it.
And
So
and to get to that point, you have to put a lot of time into the game
yeah,
as
yeah,
well. So it's kind of like I can see both sides of it for sure.
yeah, yeah. So I still say S tier. I say back of S tier is probably fine.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely top tier. Love that game for sure.
Yeah. And now we're to a game. This is all you, Mags.
About time I can talk about one of my favorite franchises of all time,
All I can
Trails.
say
Yeah.
is I've started Cold Steel 3 about 20 hours in. I had to play a lot of stuff for review, so I had to put it down for a minute. But
Mhm.
I can already tell this game is going to be super, 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 super long because 20 hours in, I don't even feel like the game started yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is a long one. I think out of all of the Trails games, this one is the one that took me the longest to play. And I think part of it is because while it is the third Cold Steel game, it is technically kind of like an intro.
feels
Like
that
it's
way.
like there's basically, I don't feel like I'm spoiling a ton by saying this. There's a time skip between Cold Steel 2 and 3. And it's not massive, but you do find a lot of the characters in different places in their lives after this point. And so a lot of the game is you kind of like reassimilating into the world while you're playing as Reen and seeing where he is and his new position role that he's been put in, and then also reconnecting with all of the different characters from the past Cold Steel games and then introducing new ones. And so I think overall, the pacing is handled pretty well because the game is juggling a lot, but you're learning new things about different characters in the state of the world the whole time. So it feels like you're kind of like starting, like there's more pages being turned, like you're kind of starting to see what's happening. And so when I was playing this one, I didn't feel that it dragged too much. I felt like it kept going as far as like keeping you invested, keeping you discovering new things about new characters enough to keep you hooked. And then at the same time, the game also improves its visual style and combat mechanics as well. So in that sense, both of those aspects are more fun. Um, so I would put this one probably an A. Personally, I think that it handles it pretty well, and overall, it just the momentum continues until the very end, and the ending is something. I'm not going to say anything about it besides that, but like it's definitely like you're cruising towards something pretty wild, and the game keeps going. So
What do you
yeah.
think, Brandon?
Listen, as the world's biggest Trails fan,
Yeah.
I have to say that of all of the Trails games out there that use their time very, very well, especially if you talk to every single NPC. Your time will not be wasted at all.
Okay.
It's definitely worth playing another 90 hours after you've played at least 900 to get here. And you know what I said about Final Fantasy 14 rings true for the Trails series as well. You know, like if you put in that time, if you put in the effort, what you get out of it will be so magical. Slam, I would encourage you to play more hours of Trails in general, but especially Trails of Cold Steel 3.
Damn.
And if you, listener, have not played the Trails series, I would encourage you to listen to one Moogle Mags or Avenger Mags, depending on where you're finding her, and play Trails as well, because your time could not be better spent in video games in general. Let the record show. I rest my case.
He's right. He is
That's
right.
incredible, dude.
Couldn't be better
sold.
spent.
Her face says it all. Listen.
So
I'm in agreement. I think it's A tier. I think so far this is the best Cold Steel game I played. I love it. I think mechanically it's heavily improved. It's fixed a lot of the gripes I had with 2 and especially 1. If we were sitting here with 1 and we were talking about how it handled its time, we would have a very different conversation.
But we're not going to go there. We picked specifically like the 3 longest Trails games.
I only played 20 hours or so of it.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have like a lot of mini games like Infinite Wealth. And so I don't know, like it's more so like the time that you're spending in this game is a lot of like character driven stuff. So I mean, I think the middle is fine. I think putting it in the middle is fine. From the gameplay to the different characters and like information that you find out about them, it's pretty balanced in that way.
That's cool.
I'm good with that.
I think it's a good spot for it.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 11. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby. Dragon Quest 11. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. Mags, I don't want to hear a word from you on this one. That's not true. I do actually want to hear your perspective. But for the sake of
he said he didn't. He didn't, and then immediately said he did.
From you, actually, I do. But
that was
first,
so funny.
dang it.
I think
today he's on a roll.
I think this game is top tier for timing. Personally, I think it is a Dragon Quest game, so there's a vibe there, right? But like I played the demo where it was like 20 hours or however long it was, 10 hours or whatever, of like the least interesting part of the game because Dragon Quest games always build. And like I bought the game because of that demo. Like I was already interested in Dragon Quest, but I played that demo and I went from I'll get it eventually to like I need to go right now and buy this game because I am obsessed. I love this. It's Dragon Quest in all of its glory. And again, the payoff in this game is so freaking good. And the characters are so good. My only complaint is the romancing option, but that has nothing, very little to do with your time spent. So we don't need to complain about that here.
No, not at all.
I love this game. And for me, it is one of my highest recommended long
This is an S tier.
Period.
Yeah. I would put it right behind Persona 5, probably in front of Fire Emblem.
Ooh, you're wrong there. I would put it behind Fire Emblem, but it's still up there. It is so good.
I would only put it in front of Fire Emblem. I feel like I do this to you all the time. But let the record show. I love Fire Emblem 3 Houses so much, okay?
It's a good game.
This is my favorite Fire Emblem game. And I just feel like sometimes I let Brandon down with something related to Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry.
I forgive you. Let the record show.
The only reason I put it in front of 3 Houses is because of what we spoke on earlier, where the beginning sections of each of the routes.
You know what? From a time perspective, I feel like that's fair. I will allow it.
Okay.
It hurts, but I will allow it.
There we go.
Look, we want to be consistent.
But we also
we
really wanted to
time
hear
spent. Yeah.
Mag's perspective.
Oh yeah, Mags. What do you think?
I don't know how well I could really speak to the pacing, considering I couldn't get past 20 hours in this one.
Right. So Mags hasn't beat it, so her opinion is invalidated. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the.
I was gonna get one of my unlimited pieces of Dragon Quest merchandise I have on my shelves back there.
Yeah, I just feel like this one takes too long to get started, and I didn't feel that way about Three Houses, actually. Even though we mentioned how it could be repetitive, I felt like that game at least sucks you in, and it doesn't feel like it's taking that long in the beginning section, whereas in Dragon Quest XI, it certainly did. So perhaps I would feel differently if I revisited it, but I don't know.
Wait.
I'm not sure.
Wait. So you're saying you actually disagree that Dragon Quest should not be above Fire Emblem?
I don't think it should be an S tier at all, but I'm not going to win that battle. I would put it behind Three Houses.
This argument I'm willing to hear.
Because it's in your favor, and the only reason it's in your favor is because she doesn't even like the game. She probably put it in D tier.
No,
what I'm saying, Slam, is if we want to compromise, the compromise would be putting Fire Emblem above Dragon Quest, and then we're all technically mostly happy.
I mean, she's still not happy because Dragon Quest is an S tier.
I can't do anything about that.
Mags, if you just stuck through and I mean, you played through Cold Steel to get through to 2, 3, and 4. That's 70 hours worth of game. That is a slow start.
It's not as slow as Dragon Quest XI. I'm so sorry. But like that game, I was falling asleep playing it. And I hate to even say that, but like that's how I felt. Never fell asleep playing Cold Steel. I just don't know.
I mean, we had all the Trails games before Cold Steel that made Cold Steel better.
I just think that just for me personally, I just don't know. I may have just I wasn't getting it. Maybe I didn't see like the vision because I'd never played Dragon Quest before and I didn't have any sort of attachment to it. So I just feel like for me, it felt like it took a little too long. Like I wasn't able to stick with it long enough to where it does get interesting, because I do believe both of you that like it takes some time to build and then it gets interesting.
So how did you get into Trails, Max? I'm curious.
I
played Cold Steel.
I can't tell. I've told this story before, so I can't tell if you're being genuine or not.
I feel like he's not being genuine.
Just curious about the length to get into a story, but okay. Oh, we're good.
Hey, but to be fair,
I think part of the problem for me is the protagonist. I have to have
voiceless.
I get
I
don't know.
I'm gonna put myself in Mag's shoes for 1 second, because
I've been playing. I'm not conveying how I feel.
I've been playing Trails recently.
I'm just being a butthead.
And he is. That's what he does.
That's true.
And then I'm gonna try to come in and I'm gonna try to be the common ground.
To mediate.
I'm just gonna try to do that for a second.
Classic.
So, let the record show. I ended up liking Cold Steel 1 by the end, but that is the game. That is probably a game with the longest buildup that I've ever played in my life. Period. Like you really have to stick it in. Like you really have to stick to that game. You have to really try hard to get to the end of that game. No, I know.
I'm a degenerate. I'm sorry.
I know we all are. That's why we're here. But you really have to stick through it, which is what I meant to say.
I know.
And
don't mind me.
It's tough, dude.
Yeah.
But you do have a protagonist, and you have all that has story, and then you have all of the games that came before it that build into that, and you've got all that lore already. Dragon Quest does not have the protagonist, that you would have in like a Trails game.
Right.
And it does take a while to get going. And I don't know if you played S. You played the Switch version?
I didn't. I actually played it on
The original
PlayStation
PS4?
4 Pro.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think did S fix some of the early game stuff? I can't remember. Or not.
I actually didn't play the PS4 version because I was so confident it was coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
a good
waited.
point. Yeah.
And all I can say is what I played on the Switch, I loved. So it's possible that there were some differences that I'm not even aware of.
Or it could just be that I didn't at the time have like the appreciation or the patience for it. Just maybe just because of how it
no,
starts.
like history with the series and
Right.
stuff too. Yeah.
Right. And I think that can make a difference. And for me, I think just maybe the difference with Trails is that it was just more of like a character focused thing right away. Like, even though the game is slow, like you do kind of get introduced to the cast and start to get to know them right away. And I feel like with Dragon Quest, it wasn't quite that fast. Like, I feel like there was just like, even after playing like 20 hours, I didn't have the entire cast and I just still didn't feel like I knew a lot about them. And that for me is like a big sticking point in games. Like, that's kind of one of the things that reels me in. So that might be why. No
when you
shade.
played it, no.
on
When you
Dragon
played
Quest
it,
11.
had you played a lot of like turn-based? Like, I know you said you got like into JRPGs later. So was it one of like the games you played early on and like getting into JRPGs? Okay,
Yeah.
I can see it.
So
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it, Brandon. I can see what happened. This game feels really classic. Like, we love that because like we've been playing these type of games
You're
our
being
whole
really
life,
nice,
you know?
Lamb.
Ryan, man, I'm just
You
trying to
don't
be
have
the common ground.
It's fine.
You know,
We're
I'm just
gonna
trying to be the common
disagree.
ground. Trying to.
I do
look
think
at from all
joking aside,
perspectives.
I do think that if you were to take a crack at this one again now,
You'd
you
love
would
Yeah.
probably enjoy it more, and the Switch version would be better.
Better.
honestly.
Probably. Oh, I believe
Yeah.
that. I agree with all of that. It's just one of those things where like the first impression can be hard to get past,
Sure.
especially
Yeah.
like and if there's been a lot of time too, you know, it's always good to revisit just to see if you're still
Right.
feeling the same way after you've changed, like as a gamer, because we all kind of go through those
Let's
phases.
see what Slime says.
Okay.
Yep, I
He
agree.
said it. Yep. Dragon Quest 11's S tier.
Yep. He said he stuck it in.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it where it
Slam
is
is
and
still
move on.
Oh, we
See,
spent
like,
too
he
much
looks-
time on this.
He looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like he's got his own show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his own show. All right, I'm done.
This episode.
It's
What is
too much.
happening?
Look, this is what happens when when we all record multiple times a week. We just have we have too much fun when we get
Yeah.
together and hang out.
We still have games.
We got it.
There's
Yeah.
still games we have to
We
talk
got a lot
about,
to do.
including the most important one of all. Where are we
Agreed.
putting Dragon? Are we putting it in front of or behind Fire Emblem?
Let's do behind for Max.
Behind.
Octopath Traveler
Look,
2.
You don't have to do that. Okay. I already know. Don't have to
No,
be
I said for Mags. Come on.
I know.
Get with Max.
Anyway. Moving on.
Octopath Traveler 2.
I liked Zero better.
Ooh, but from a time perspective, I think 2 does it better, actually.
Yeah, but like the single like protagonist in Zero, I thought with the enemies being the different paths, I thought was better than each individual story. That was my opinion.
Fair.
Arr, like a pirate.
Arr.
That's what you reminded me of just now.
It's fair. That's fair, but I think like
Gotta get
2
my
also doesn't
treasure.
have the awkward like you beat it, just kidding, you beat it, just kidding, you beat it, just kidding.
True, they don't do that.
Right.
Just put it somewhere.
I would go. Do you want to do B tier? Because Zero is well. I mean, no. We want it in front of 0. Let's just put it. Let's just put it right there in front of 0. How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with that.
I liked that face you made. I thought it was cool. Now, next up.
What is happening?
Resident Evil 9.
Okay,
now
this is
Now,
not
Max,
a
you're the one who has to speak to this one because you're the
has to
only one who
play.
played
Yeah,
it.
no,
You're
we
the
gotta play this
master
one.
of Resident Evil 9.
I'm the
We
master?
talked about it. We voted
Yeah.
on it.
You know
Yeah.
everything about it.
Okay,
You've done
well,
all the
if that's-
research.
Yeah, then take it off the tier list because it is not a JRPG and it's not long.
I
Get
take it
out.
back. Everything I said. Mags, you have to play Resident Evil 9. It's unfortunate you haven't. This is the top of S tier in front
Yeah,
of
it is, the
Xenoblade.
Out
top,
of
it is the
there.
top of S tier. No, let's keep it up top. That's where it belongs. The top
It's-
of S tier.
This
Resident Evil
cannot
9.
stand.
Greatest game that Mags needs to play. We've been talking about this
my
for months. And is she
gosh.
going to do it? Let us know in the comments
It's
below. If Mags
We
is
only
gonna
need
play.
9 comments.
We only
in the
need
comments
9
below.
comments. Yeah. For all of you who have invested in these comments,
that
by the way,
off
we
the
see you.
list.
We see you,
We do
but
see
we
you.
can't get 9. We need
We can't
9
get. We need 9
comments.
full comments,
So
and
give
then
us
some
9
replies
full
to those comments. And
Exactly.
in
Don't-
reality, I'll
don't-
knock it down here. I'm sorry,
It
but
doesn't.
hey,
Just take it off. the
once you
list.
play it, you're gonna love it so much.
It's
we'll
not
make-
a JRPG.
We'll make all kinds of tier lists about Resident Evil 9. What you like most about Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil 9 characters, Resident Evil 9 boss fights, Resident Evil 9 story moments, the title of Resident Evil 9.
Title. We've gone too far. Too far.
All right.
Okay.
Trails of Cold Steel 4, Mags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna be B or C for me, unfortunately. There's a lot of backtracking in this one. I don't want to spoil it.
Don't demotivate me.
Okay, you're gonna play it. Okay, they're gonna play it, and I'll be here for you.
Backtracking?
Demotivated.
D tier?
I didn't say D. Whoa, hold on. Pump the brakes. All I'm saying is Cold Steel 4, because of what happens at the end of Cold Steel 3, Cold Steel 4 is a little crazy and it starts off interesting, but there is some portions of it where you're having to go to different locations and then you have to go back and then you may have to go back to them again.
Are
for
they the
certain
same
things.
locations that they've been going to in 1 and 2?
Not all of them,
Mm-hmm.
but some of them, yes.
They're going to go back to the school, Slam.
Oh, dude, if I go back to that old schoolhouse,
Off to the old schoolhouse with you.
I'm
No.
gonna be so
I-
mad.
I
It's
just
called
think
Trails of Cold Steel 4, Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse, if the schoolhouse.
Slam will never finish the game.
The old schoolhouse rock. Let's go, baby.
No.
Yeah. That's what they're gonna do.
Shut it
It's gonna
down.
be. I'm just gonna go there. Cold Steel 4. Brandon's gonna come out in video game form in Cold Steel, and he's been involved in it all along. He's been
Yeah.
trolling me, acting
Yeah.
like he's never played it. He's like been involved in the development of the game.
So
In the development.
yeah, years
Go
ago.
ahead, Max.
So anyway, I would say for this one, because of some backtracking, because of just a weird story instance that I'm not going to say anything more about, but if you know, you know, if you've beaten the game, you know what I'm talking about. There's just some stuff in there that kind of inflates the length of the playtime that doesn't necessarily need to be there.
So B tier or C
I would
tier?
put it in the back of B. I think it's
Behind
just
Star Ocean, huh? Whew.
yeah, it's a lot. And like I love the game. Like don't get me wrong, and like I will be here for you to get you through this game just like I've
need it.
done for the Cold Steel 1. But I just, you have to go in kind of knowing
Let me ask you
that.
this: if you had to rank Cold Steel 1 on this chart, where would you put it?
See, I
I'm
didn't
interested in your
feel as
thoughts.
strongly about the pacing as you did, honestly. I'd probably put it in B tier as well.
Okay.
Probably put it in the same, like, right ahead or behind 4. Like, I feel like they're kind of on the same. They're close.
Sorry to hear that.
Listen, you're gonna play the game, and it's gonna be fine.
I'm sure it'll be better than
Yeah.
one. I'm very confident in that.
Yeah.
Also, like the presentation of 4 is probably gonna
It looks better.
Carry
the
it a little
gameplay
bit
is
further
better
than 1.
And like the highs in that game are like some of the highest in the series. It's really just one of those things where it's like the peak moments are peak, but there are some moments where you're just like, why? And that's kind of the game, essentially. So it is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got Trails into Reverie. This is also you, Mags. Take it away.
S tier.
That's going to get me through Cold Steel 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can get to
this is
Reverie.
the reason.
This is the first game that Falcom introduced a route system into their game. So essentially...
Ooh.
Are you guys done? I just want to make sure.
No,
so
I was
I can keep
clearing my throat. I'm sorry. I should have muted.
No,
but
I just
never
don't
done.
know. This one is the first time that Falcom has introduced routes in its game. So the story is very well paced because of this. Because the arc has so many different characters. And so with this system, you're able to experience the story in a way that feels a lot more organized and even when it comes to character representation. And it also keeps the story going because you're playing as this character in this moment of time, and then you'll flip over to this other character and you'll play in that moment in time. And I just feel like this is something they should have done a long time ago in their games to keep the story momentum going. And Reverie is when they did it, and it worked so well. And Reverie also has a really big like optional dungeon that you can explore. And so you could put up to like 300 to 400 hours in this game if you wanted to. Exploring the dungeon, unlocking characters, unlocking different abilities, gear, whatever, but you don't have to do it. It's just that it offers you the option, and it's a lot of fun for however much you want to engage with it. So for me, it's one of the best paced Trails games because of all that.
Would you put it in front of Three Houses?
Yes.
Would you put it in front of Persona 5?
That's really tough. I feel like they're close, so I wouldn't. It's fine if it's there. I feel like they're very close in terms of pacing.
Look at that straight line, dude.
Wow.
Reverie 3, 4. Not even intentional at all.
Nope.
Pretty cool, actually. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Mags loves this one. It's her favorite game.
But Mags, for this one,
I was gonna be fair.
Okay, I was gonna say,
I was gonna be fair
from a time perspective. So here are my critiques for this one from a time perspective. The side quests in this game are nutty. Like, I
don't like
that
it makes you do them,
and I get so overwhelmed. And there's so much going on, and like you can spend hours doing side quests and still feel like you have this infinite list of side quests. So it doesn't feel like you're always getting there. However, when you're out in the world, when you have your skill, when you're flying around fighting, all of those kinds of things, like that's all so wonderful of an experience, like the main story. But Slam, to your point, some of the main story is locked behind some of those side quests. So
that's what I don't like, and I think that's that's what moves it into B or C for me. Because I love Xenoblade Chronicles X. Think it's a great game, but from a time and pacing perspective, the side quests that it makes you do before you get to them too are like not like don't pertain to the main story. So it's like you're just making me do this for no reason. You know, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not a fan of that. So I put it back of B. I'd probably put it around like in front of Dragon Quest 7, like maybe front of C.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I also think it takes too long to get your skill, and that wrecks the pacing a little bit because
that's fair.
there's so many things that you like. I know when I was playing X, there would be a lot of things I would try to do, and then I'd realize, and I'd get to the like map point or whatever, and I wasn't able to access that quest because you needed a skill. So that time felt wasted too. I just feel like it wasn't the best at like respecting your time and then also using your time. Like you would have to do things you didn't want to do, and then the things that you would try to do that you wanted to do, you weren't able to until a certain point. So it kind of just felt like it was mismanaged a lot of the time. So
are you cool with displacement, Brandon?
It's a little low for me, but
where would you have it?
I would probably personally have it in B tier.
Back.
Probably back. Yeah. To be
we
fair,
can move it there.
Back.
It's just one placement. Because like I said back of B, front of C. So I'm like, if you think back of B, I'm okay with that. What about you, Mags?
No, I think it's no higher than C, but it's okay. I also played the definitive edition, which added content that made the game a lot worse. So that kind of like is weighing into my overall opinion of it. And so, that doesn't have to factor into it.
Fair.
So
I just think like when I look at the games around it, I'm like, the time that I did spend with X and the amount of enjoyment that I had despite my criticisms, like made it worth my time in a way that it doesn't feel like C tier to me in terms of like time spent. I do think the pacing issues and everything you said is valid, but I don't know. Just for me, it's like it would be hard to put it in C. Personally. Back of B, though, is basically saying the same thing right now, so I feel like that's fair.
I'm not going to argue it.
All right. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I mean, this is probably A tier for me. I think one of the best JRPGs out there, one of my favorite games. Man, I love it. I love Xenoblade 2 so much. And I know, like, I think you guys, I don't know. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think you guys are a little lower on 2 than I am. Or like.
I am for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm lower on 2, but I don't know if I'm lower on 2. Well,
I think there are certain elements of 2's gameplay that mess up the time spent because you have the blade gotcha
RNG stuff,
and you also have the field skills, which for me added a lot of unnecessary time that I had to use to get those like to work correctly to advance the main quest. It felt like I was being like just like blocked and requiring to like spend more time to even get past that point, whereas like it didn't need to be that way. If you want to throw a field skill check into side quests, fine, but don't gate the main quest by doing that. And then they do eventually. So that part did not feel great from a pacing perspective, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, this is the last
game. I agree with that.
I think I could agree with the RNG stuff too, like the blades from a length perspective.
The big thing was like there were blade quests that you can do, but I felt when I played it, I felt like it took so long to get some of those rare blades because it was a gacha system.
Yeah.
That by the time I actually got them, I was like, oh, now I have to do these big like character quests for these blades. Just like it didn't. The systems don't work together well enough to make it feel like that time would be well spent. So, and it's already a massive game outside of that. So, yeah, I agree.
What do you guys want to put it?
I mean, I don't think I would still put it above X. I just don't think I'd put it in A. I think I'd put it in B.
I can put front of B. I still think it handles time better than Bravely Default 2 or Star Ocean. Definitely better than X.
Definitely top of B. I might.
Like I would say it's better than
like
12.
Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Mags doesn't want an A. She doesn't want an A.
That's okay. I mean,
we already moved X up to B when she wanted it in C.
I think I'm just being like, maybe I'm being too negative Like, if you
No,
both agree on
that's
the
how you feel.
placement, but like
That's
if
how you
you two
feel,
agree
though.
on the
No,
placement,
this is a
that's
fine
okay.
placement. This is a fine placement, actually. I'm thinking about 12, and I'm like, I think any of the Xenoblade Chronicles games to me are better than Final Fantasy 12.
Like all around.
Yeah, all around. But I do
Mhm.
think 12, from just a pure like time spent pacing standpoint, is more straightforward and streamlined than what Xenoblade 2 does. So I'm okay with this placement.
Okay.
Okay. That's our list. The last three that you see here are repeat placements. Because, the list
Tier list
whatever
was being silly. That's what it
it was
was.
duplicating some of my
Yeah.
entries, and yeah. Anyway, Resident Evil 9, best game ever.
Yeah.
That's why it's in D tier,
9
right?
comments.
9 comments to get that up to S tier. Live stream Mags playing her favorite game.
Let's go.
So many lies.
But this is a good tier list. I
It is
think
a good list. I think we did a good job.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah, and I
so,
think
too.
again,
That
just
was fun.
let it be known that let the record show
Let the record
all
show.
of these games are definitely worth checking out. Like there was not a single game on this list outside of maybe The Last Remnant
Yeah.
Right.
that we think is like not worth playing. But
Right.
if you're looking for which long JRPGs to start with, like your best bet, that's your S tier, that's your A tier, right? And then some of these other things are still fantastic games worth playing, but maybe for other reasons rather than just how well it handles the length.
Mm-hmm. It's a good way to
Nice.
say it. Yeah.
So
Cool.
we got some questions, right?
We do have.
We
some
do.
questions. All right, we got a good amount of questions here actually this week. So I love how the questions are getting like more massive as well. It's not just that more people are coming in; they are like blocks of text now. So here we go. Are you ready? All right, we're gonna start with Beancake. Shout outs to Beancake. He said, "Love the hard work y'all put in. I've got a tough decision for each of you just to make it spicy."
Oh,
Mags.
Spicy.
Going forward, all future games that you play that have a male or female lead protagonist, you have to choose one, and you're not allowed to play the other one ever. So, for example, if you pick female protagonists, you can't play Adventures of Elliot ever, but you can play Blue Reflection and vice versa. Ensemble casts like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is fine, and games like Mass Effect, but Trails, though, wink.
Ooh.
Brandon, going forward, you're only allowed to play games with your kids and whatever they want to play. The alternative is you are allowed to play whatever games you want to play, but you can't ever play with your kids.
That's
what does he got for me?
This is some like targeted stuff here.
Slam, as one of the most exposed to different games genres of the group, what's it going to be? Playing only JRPGs for the rest of your life, or playing every single genre except JRPGs? Max, we're going to start with you.
Oh, man. I just,
what a question.
It's tough, but this is going to sound bad, and I don't mean it in a bad way, I promise. I don't know if I could like solely play games as dudes anymore, like for the rest of my life. I just don't think I can do that. I just like personally, I like seeing games that tell stories about women. So even if it does like X me out of a lot of games, I guess that's just what would have to happen. And that would also likely be the remaining Trails games, because I don't think Falcom is ever going to bring back a female protagonist, even though their best protagonist is Estelle. I don't think they're ever going to go there again. So I guess I just wouldn't get to play the rest of the series, which sounds crazy, but that's what I have to do. I stand on that as a soapbox all the time, that we need more women leads in games, and so I would stick to it, and that's what I would play.
All right, Slam.
I would play only JRPGs for the rest of my life, because yes, I love other genres. As I mentioned, I'm playing through Saros, loving it. Great change of pace. I love Death Stranding, all the Kojima games, Metal Gear. I love racing games. Like I like playing a lot of different genres other than JRPGs, but JRPGs are my bread and butter. These are my favorite games. If you put me on a desert island and told me to pick one or two games, they would both be JRPGs because that's where my heart is. Man, I can't give that up.
Love that.
Well
Believe it.
said.
Yep.
As for me, this might surprise you. Actually, I don't know.
That's a really tough one for you in particular.
So there's two paths, right? So either I can go with playing with my kids, and then as they get older, we end up just playing the same games that I would be playing now. So that path gives me both options. It'll just take time.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could be like, you know what? My kids have other things that they want to focus on, like Laurelie's learning violin and they're in school and these kinds of things. So maybe I just play my own games and let them explore games themselves if they want to, but that's it, you know?
I feel that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I'm going to have to go with the former, though, because I would still get to play the games that I love to play.
Mm-hmm.
It would just take time, and I would get to play with them.
Right.
So, yeah, I would rather play with just my kids. And if that meant that I don't touch certain games for a while, fine. I would still have an amazing time. Like, I enjoyed the heck out of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond when I played with Laurelie. When I played it by myself, I was like, I'm not loving this. But when I played with Laurelie, we had a blast because I'm seeing it through her eyes. So I'm like, okay. Pretty much anything we played would be fun.
Yeah.
Philcopia was 10 times better of a game because I was playing it with my kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does change things a little bit.
Yep. All right. Well, that was targeted.
That was a tough one.
And rough. Thanks, Beancake. All right.
Challenging us.
Next up, we have Medic on Ice. He says, hey, guys. Really enjoy the content of the podcast. Keep it up. What video game villain have you found that you sympathize/empathize with the most? My answer is Caius Ballard from Final Fantasy 13-2. Man is willing to destroy the concept of time to save the girl he loves and stop his own suffering.
Do you have one in mind, Mags?
I gotta think about it for a second. This is tough.
Me too.
I mean, I guess the first one that I think of, and I guess this is a spoiler, so if you've not played Persona 5 Royal,
I was gonna say this one too.
We can both say it. This is just the first one I'm thinking of.
That was the one that came to my mind too, actually.
Yeah, so if you haven't played it, please skip ahead a little while so you don't hear this. I mean, I feel like Maruki is very sympathetic because he is just trying to make a better world for people.
Yeah, his empathy for his students is like what drives his whole thing.
And it doesn't mean what he's doing is right, but it's just he has good intentions. Like he just wants to make a better world. And I think we all feel that way, even about reality itself. Like there's so many things that I wish I could change about the world that we're living in right now. Like every day I'm working in public health too, where I'm seeing the different health outcomes of people and how bad they can be. There are things that I wish that I could change just to make our community here specifically where I live just a little bit better. So I can understand that desire, but it's at what cost, and for how he was doing it, the cost was too great. But I think the fact that you can emotionally resonate with that is what makes him a great villain.
What are your thoughts on about the homeless guy?
Oh,
tried to avoid spoilers with that.
Yeah. There's actually a different villain in the Cold Steel arc, and I'm not going to name who it is, that they would be a great answer to this question because they do a lot of things to try to make the world a better place, but you're kind of when you are able to see the full picture eventually, and I'm really trying to be vague about this, they did a lot of bad things for this outcome. So was it worth it?
Yeah.
You know, there's like a toss up there. But Homeless Guy, I don't know. I'm not the
I don't
biggest
know.
fan.
They try to get you there.
They try to get you to be sympathetic. Personally, I never really felt that sympathetic towards them.
Okay.
Maybe it's just my own bias,
I
but
mean,
I needed more
I'm
from the
kinda with
game
you. Yeah.
to feel
We
that
talked
way.
about it.
Yeah. Shout out to the Homeless Guy.
All right,
though.
Slam.
I mean, those are my two
Okay.
that
For
I
me-
would contemplate. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's Renoir from Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say no more. If you have not played that game, go play that game and you will understand.
Mm-hmm. Good question.
Yeah, that was a great question. All right. Relix. Shout outs to Relix. He says, "Greetings, gamers. Hope you're all well. Thanks for the guaranteed weekly dopamine."
He's not wrong about that.
My question for you all is, what's a JRPG you believe people fundamentally misunderstand because they approach it looking for the wrong emotional experience? Like the game is trying to evoke something completely different from what the audience expected. Bonus hypothetical question for Mags. Out of these 3 bits, the greatest story ever told, Unicorn Overlord, and Resident Evil 9 is my favorite game, and Let's Go Baby, that's 4 bits. You have the option to A, never hear it again. B, you have to say it once every day. C, it's completely wiped from your memory permanently of experiencing it. You must choose an answer for each bit. Answers can't repeat. Choose wisely. The records are watching.
Well, let's tackle the first part of the question first, shall we?
Oh, really? You don't want to, you know,
I don't want to.
you don't want to answer it?
I will answer it.
Oh, okay.
I will. I
You
promise.
just want to give it some really careful thought, right?
Yeah. Yep.
The first one that comes to mind for this question, I want to say Final Fantasy 13. Because a lot of people like criticize it for being linear, like expected it to be like this big open world thing. And I just don't know where Final Fantasy set that up. Like Final Fantasy up until 13 didn't have like it wasn't like all open world games, right? Like, 10 was relatively linear, probably more so even than 13. But I think like people went into 13 with like certain expectations that weren't met, and it was criticized for expectations that I don't believe were ever set. It was just like expectations people had for the game and were ultimately disappointed because of it. So that's the first one that comes to mind for me, but I feel like there's a lot of games that can meet that criteria, especially in the JRPG space.
Yeah. I also think like sometimes there can be like a disconnect in like marketing too, which can lead to confusion. The one that I thought of, that isn't necessarily the case, but I think just if you see the game, you kind of assume what it might be about, but it's actually about maybe more deeper subject matter. And that's Blue Reflection and that series. I feel like you see that game and it's a bunch of girls and it's kind of like a Sailor Moon-esque vibe. Like they transform and they have costumes and then you fight in the costumes and it's like schoolgirl aesthetic, right? But those games, I think, really tackle just some very like tough issues. I remember playing the second one, Second Light, and I was kind of blown away by how deep and like emotional some of those storylines were and some of the different like backstories and other things that the game actually dove into. And so I think for that one, it's like it kind of looks like a very like fun, like colorful game that might seem cheerful, but like really it's actually quite sad and emotional, and you really get connected and invested into these characters way more than I ever expected. So that one I think is very much like you can't judge a book by its cover in that sense.
I don't know. Um,
It's a hard question, honestly.
It is a hard question.
I feel like Final Fantasy VIII is another one. Kind of.
But Final Fantasy VIII is not hated because of the emotional experience. In fact, most people, if they played the game, speak highly of that.
Yeah, you do mention emotional. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't hear you on that aspect of the question, the emotional experience particularly.
Well, and also I think that it should be understood too that like just because it's misunderstood doesn't mean it's like causing anger. Like it might just be something where it's like you kind of see a part of the game and you assume something, but it's not like that at all. Like it's maybe not something that's like causing a negative reaction, just more so of a misunderstanding.
Yeah. This is a weird answer for this one, but I feel like Radiata stories could be an answer here. Because, and to be fair, like there is a big tonal shift from beginning to end. But there have been some people who have misunderstood Radiata stories because of that. Or they've critiqued the story because of the endings for Radiata stories, which I won't spoil. And I think if you sit with Radiata stories and the story it's trying to tell, even though there can feel like there's a bit of a jarring shift in tone, the story makes sense. And the ending makes sense of the character development of Jack. So I feel like that could be an answer for this one. That's probably the closest I'm going to get, to be honest.
I feel like 10-2 could meet the criteria for that, maybe. You know, because like if you go into 10-2 with the expectations of what you got from 10, which like an emotional like roller coaster with like really, really high level storytelling. And you go into 10-2 kind of expecting that same vibe, that same like emotional throughput. You don't get it in the same way. It's not to say 10-2 is really bad or anything. It's just a completely different vibe. It's a completely different type of game than 10. So I could see it being misunderstood from the expectations of, you know, its predecessor. But I'd say that's probably my best answer from an emotional standpoint.
All right, Max.
Oh yeah.
You're up.
Yeah, that answer it.
Okay, so out of the three bits, I have to decide what I would place them on.
I was wrong, by the way.
Yeah,
the greatest story ever told, Unicorn Overlord, is one
right.
bit.
Right.
Totally makes sense.
So
to never hear it again.
Never hear it again. The greatest story ever told, Unicorn Overlord.
Oh man, I thought she'd choose that one.
I thought she'd choose Resident Evil 9 because now we're never.
No, because she at least like laughs at that one a little bit.
So
she'll never giggle at the greatest story ever told. She hates that one.
Okay, so B, you have to say it once every day. Let's go, baby. Because honestly, I find myself subconsciously wanting to say it, and like,
dude, just know you do.
Give into it, Max. Let it happen
from inside out.
Let it be. Let it out.
I don't even want to admit that here because now I feel like it's going to be used against me. But like, I have to be honest. 100%. Yeah, but like the good people have asked us questions, and I'm going to honor those with answers that are honest. And
it's appreciated by all of us here.
So, I mean, sometimes I find myself thinking it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. So that would be B. And then C, it's completely wiped from your memory permanently of experiencing it. Resident Evil 9, because I would need that to be wiped from my brain so I don't have nightmares.
That's fair. So she'll experience it. And then wipe it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Noted.
We got it.
Let's done. All right, baby.
Raylix.
Next question.
I will remember this.
Next question is from Ophidian Mind. What are some RPGs that people might not play because they have a reputation for being challenging, but are worth the effort to develop the skills to play them successfully? Please give viewers an inspirational pep talk to encourage them to not be afraid of playing these games they might potentially enjoy.
Ooh.
I know my answer.
What is it?
You go first.
Yeah. Fantasian, baby.
Yeah,
so listen,
that's a good one. Okay.
Fantasian, you're not going to get it up front. It's going to seem like it's super easy. And then part 2, you're going to go in and it's going to get hard. I am telling you, though, if you are willing to put in the time to figure out the mechanics of this game, this system uses every single tool at your disposal. And when you overcome those bosses and you figure it out, it is the greatest feeling. Like, you will feel like an absolute mastermind being able to take on the last boss in that game if you can figure it out. And being able, it's one of the rare RPGs where you can actually make use of every single one of your characters in your party. So it makes everything feel valuable and everything feel worth it. And I guarantee you, you will not regret putting in the time to figure that one out. I love Fantasian, highly recommend it, even though it's extremely hard at the end.
Okay, I have one.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna go with E's memoir, Oath and Felghana, and it's not difficult for the reason you might think. Yes, the combat is difficult, the boss fights can be difficult, but you can get around that if you play the game the right way. The platforming elements of this game are an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
And there is nothing you can do to the difficulty. There is nothing you can do to level. There is nothing, absolutely nothing you can do. You have to get good. You have to get good at the platforming in E's memoir, Oath and Felghana, or you cannot beat this game. And that last dungeon is a platforming nightmare. Oh my goodness. There's stuff spinning around everywhere, constantly shooting at you, knocking you off everywhere. And you're just like,
sounds like E's.
But the way it gets you back into the game so quickly, and you're just like, one more. It's like an addiction. Like, I can't stop. Once you start and you see it and you're like, I can do that better. Oh, I missed it. I did this one little thing wrong. I'll get it right the next time. I was completely hooked on that game. I carried my Switch around everywhere in my house, playing it constantly, dinner table, couch, living room, like
everywhere,
wherever, like walking outside. Like, I could not put this game down. It was like an obsession until I finished it. Yeah, it was like E's memoir, Oath and Felghana, highest of recommendations. The music in that game, heavily slept on. Very good. So yeah, I would recommend it. I love it.
Honestly, I don't know if I have a specific one because I don't really play a lot of super difficult JRPGs, to be honest. And so instead of mentioning a game, I think I'm just going to say, like, if you're playing a difficult game, don't feel bad about turning down the difficulty. Don't feel bad about like messing up or like failing and needing to try again, because sometimes games are going to test you. And while
they're meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah. And so, and also if it's not fun for you, then it's okay to stop playing it.
Yeah.
Because if I feel like at the core, a game should be fun. And like, if the challenge is fun for you, or if it's fun to figure out like how to get past a certain section, if that's fun, then stick with it. But if it's not, then it's okay to move on. You're not defined by like whether or not you stick with the game or not. It's about your enjoyment at the end of the day. I'm sorry, I can't really think of an example, but I don't play a lot of hard games because for me, that part about it isn't what's fun for me. Like, I'm more in it for like the story and the narrative experience. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Next question. From That's Bread. We love bread around here.
Bread.
I love bread.
Podcast.
Sandwiches. Amazing sandwiches. Peanut butter and jelly.
We love
Italian
Reuben's
subs. Reuben's.
Yeah, we love grilled cheese.
I love a pulled pork sandwich. That's a new one.
BLTs.
BLTs are very good.
Cheese
Bacon,
steaks.
egg, and cheese on a bagel, for example.
Yeah, totally.
Philly
a cheeseburger is
steak.
Technically a sandwich, so we love those too.
Hot dogs, are those sandwiches? I don't know.
Yes, they are. They are meat between buns. Yep.
Okay. What's the question?
What are some important lessons you have learned during your journey and content in media creation? I imagine that while being very personally rewarding and fulfilling, it is a journey rife with challenges to overcome. Once again, guys, thank you all for all you do and for fostering a wonderful and welcoming community.
Oh,
appreciate
that's
that.
sweet.
That was swell.
It's like sweet bread.
Sweet
Mhm.
bread's good. I like sweet bread.
Me too.
Any of you guys want to go first, or?
I think I can. I think one thing that I've learned is to really just not try to compare yourself to other people if you
That's a good one.
can. I think that that can be a real like trigger a lot of the time, and also just make you feel bad about things you don't need to feel bad about. And that's something I've had to learn just like embarking on this whole thing with y'all. Like I can only do what I can do, and as long as I'm doing the best at that, then that's what matters. And it doesn't matter what other people do. Like if you spend time, you know, looking at what other people do and trying to like see if you measure up, like it's just not going to be fun. And so I think at the core, it needs to be fun. And so just focus on what you can do and the best that you can do instead of just like focusing on what other people do and how, whether or not you stack up to that or not. So I would say that's one thing.
Yeah, I would agree, and I really like that. I think for me, I mean, my content journey has been a roller coaster. Early on, stopped a couple times for extremely long stretches. But I think like a few of the things that I've learned mainly is one, you have to really enjoy what you're doing. And I found that I enjoyed most what I was doing when I was just being myself, talking about the games that I like to play, talking about them in the ways that are interesting and from my perspective to talk about them and from a frame of mind that is enjoyable to me. It has to be like something you enjoy doing. Otherwise, it's not
Yeah.
really that. It's not worth it. I would also say a piece of advice is to like make connections. Don't do this in isolation. That was like one of the things that I messed up on early on. I was like not receptive to like making new friends and stuff in the content space. But I'm glad I did. I totally changed my tune on that front. So I met Brandon. Me and him collabed on a couple things and ended up becoming good friends and starting this podcast. So, here we are because I decided, that wasn't the way to do things. We lift each other up. You end up making friends out there and you kind of like bounce ideas off each other and you can only get better from that side of things and doing things like that. And then also, like if you need to take a break, just take a break. There's so many people and so many videos and so many things out there that'll tell you you have to be consistent, post a video every week, do this and that. Just do it at your own pace. If you don't have a video you want to post that week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or mentally you need some room to like kind of, do real life things, take a break. I've taken multiple breaks from my channel. I've gone, like I usually post 1, maybe 2, sometimes 3 videos in a week. And then maybe I go like 2 or 3 weeks without posting a video. It's fine. Like you're just do what you can and don't feel guilty about what you can't do.
Yep. Well said.
I honestly don't have much to add to that. I was gonna say the take a break thing, and also like find friends to do this with. Like I'm currently taking a break on my channel because life has been insane, and I've needed the space and the time to figure stuff out. I'm planning on getting back to it, of course. I've said that, but like being able to do this with Slam and Mags regularly has been a blast. And this is a different format. We're more free to just talk and be ourselves and have a good time. But that's what makes this so fun. Like building this community has been so fun for us because we just enjoy building communities and being with you guys and hanging out together and creating chaos and all this nonsense that you guys get by hanging out with us. So, yeah, to Slam's point earlier, don't do this alone. Find friends to do this with, find communities to do this in, get feedback, enjoy your time, laugh, don't take yourself so seriously. Like that's what's going to make the content fun frankly, many of you guys are here because we are a bunch of doofuses, right?
Yeah.
It's
Not
true.
because we're the most like articulate or like professional gaming players out there or something like that. We're just a bunch of like people that enjoy playing games, and we have a good time, and we like joking. And sometimes that's all you need to get started, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, that's a great question.
Good stuff.
All right. We're on to our last question, though. This one's from Ayamaki. He said, "Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. My question this week is a bit personal. All of us have those little awkward or downright shameful habits we have developed while gaming. The things we do when no one is watching and what we would never confess to anyone. I'll kick things off by sharing my main shameful habit. Grinding and not progressing much story-wise early on or very late in the game, usually before the final dungeon boss, which will eventually make me burn out and drop the game or jump to another one, which is the main reason why I end up with so much backlog. Now it's your turn. Don't hold back. What are your shameful gaming habits? Thanks, as always, for taking the time and looking forward to your answers."
Okay.
I have to say right out the gate that I just feel called out because that's literally exactly what I would say. Like,
Oh, you're the
verbatim.
same.
Yeah, you would do that.
I can
like I
think
used
of
to
one.
struggle
Yeah.
with games because like Blue Dragon, for
Oh.
example, the first time I played it, I quit because I found the best grind spot in the game and I did an insane amount of grinding, and then I was like, I'm gonna play something else now. So
Yeah.
I've got a couple things, I guess. One, I played way too many games at a time, and I drop so many games. I start so many games and just don't finish them.
Mhm.
And like I'm just like, oh, that was fun for like the 10 hours I played it or whatever. Then my second one is turbo mode. If there's a turbo mode, I'm going to use it almost all the time.
Yeah.
Turbo mode in
feel that.
Trails, turbo mode in any like Dragon Quest. Speed it up, ultra fast. Let's go. Come on, chop chop. I got stuff to do. So yeah, I use turbo mode a lot. But those are probably my two things. Although there are specific situations where if I'm in a much more chill and relaxed mood, I don't like using turbo mode because it makes my eyes hurt. So I'll
Yeah.
intentionally not use turbo mode if I'm trying to chill.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty chill guy, you know. Maybe that's the type of guy I am, guys.
Ray looks, there you go.
Yeah.
Slam's a chill guy. In case you were wondering still. I would say one thing that I do, and like, I don't know, I don't want to like call it shameful because like, if you do this, I'm not shaming you. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like it, but it is what it is. I will sometimes turn down the difficulty when I'm in like the final dungeon of a game and then turn it back up when I get to boss fights because I just don't want to have to deal with difficult trash mobs the whole way through. Like I just want to get through it. I want to, you know, get to the end of the game and like see how the story is going to end. And like I obviously want a challenge for the final boss, so I'll put it back on.
Yeah.
But if there's like a lot of enemies that I have to get through and they're just kind of the same, I just want to bust through them. So I do that sometimes to get through dungeons a little bit more quickly.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Poor Slam every episode.
It only happened once. Look, if it's once or twice, it's okay. I mean, I don't mind. It's not that bad. It's the 6 times, and then part of him still being in the call while he leaves and rejoins. I don't even know how I'm going to handle that. I'm so lost. I really hope that video turns out well.
I think it'll be good. But I'm sorry that you have to put in the extra effort for sure.
Riverside, I have faith in you, buddy. Mags.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Max, come back.
Mags, come back.
Maggie, come back.
Maggie, come back. That was funny. A boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo. That's how the song goes. Just came into my mind just now.
That's
from
different.
hours ago. Funny how things
dropped.
happen like that. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Max, come back. Max, come back. Max, come back. She said, sorry, guys. I think I may have lost y'all. You're both frozen. Should I
To the
leave and come
robot.
back? Yeah, faux show.
So how was it with Brandon and Dala, dude?
It was great. They were a blast.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Oh, now Max is at the
Did
top.
they stay at your house the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. You guys have like
Sorry,
sleepover
guys.
party stuff, like birthday cake and pillow fights.
I did make cookies.
You made cookies,
Oh,
dude.
that's
He's
cool.
the most gracious host for sure.
Brandon had like 5 of them.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
He just kept eating. He was like, don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
Too bad there
It was
was
hilarious.
poison in
Cookies
those
and
cookies.
That is
Gonna
so
go
funny.
back.
All right, Mags, you left off. Last spot was you turn down the difficulty when you start the final dungeon.
Do you want me to just restart the answer? Would
Yeah,
that be
sure.
better? Okay. So, yeah, one of my, I guess, shameful gaming habits would be that I do like to turn down the difficulty sometimes in dungeons just so I can get through them and then to the boss more quickly. I'll turn it back up when I fight the boss because you want that like fun challenge. But when you're going through like all these like trash mobs that don't have a lot of variety, I just like to breeze through those and save time to be more efficient. So that's something that I'll usually do. And then sometimes I'll use guides to make sure I've not missed any side quests.
That's fair.
But sometimes they're hidden, and
I don't
sometimes you
think
just
that's
want to
a
make
bad
sure you
habit.
can
I think that's
check
completely
off the
fair.
list. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I wouldn't call them shameful, but they just are things that I do to try to get through games a bit more quickly because we have so many to play. So,
Yep.
I feel that.
yep.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that closes out our questions for this week. Again, shout outs to all the members for bringing us these questions. We love hearing from you guys. We love getting these questions.
For
And
show.
we love the Discord. Yeah, if you're
I like
still
questions
here
for show.
and you have not
Yes.
joined us, join us in the Discord and consider joining our membership so you can shoot us some questions as well.
Shout out.
We would love to hear your questions. And answer them.
Everybody in the Discord gets a shout out. You get a shout out. Everyone gets a shout out.
You
Shout
get
out
a
to
shout out. You get a
Kasam.
shout out.
Shout out to
out.
Kasam.
Shout out. And shout out to all the members. We love
Yeah,
you.
we
And
love you
thank
guys.
We do.
Best.
All right. Slam or Mags.
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 Bonus
me.
XP,
Be hosting
baby.
Bonus XP, baby. Let's go. All right, give it to us, Mags. What we got this
All
week?
right. So, on this episode's edition of Bonus XP, we're going to do a draft. We're going to draft teams that will include turn-based JRPGs. And then once we've all assembled our teams, which will have 5 games each, we are going to let you, yes, you, viewing the video, vote to see who has the best team at the end of it all. So please keep an eye out for a pinned comment on the video and a poll in our Discord. That's how we're going to compile the votes to see who has the best team. But for right now, let's get the draft started. It is going to be a snake draft. So I've got the order lined up. Essentially, we'll be choosing a turn-based JRPG. Pretty much anything is open, but we're obviously trying to compose the best team that we can. So good luck, everyone.
Let's go. This is going to be a fun one.
All right. So Brandon, you are up first with the first pick in the first round of the first Level Up Legacy Bonus XP draft.
And we're doing
honored.
turn-based games, right?
Strictly
Yes.
turn-based
Yes.
JRPGs because we do want to like do this again.
Yep.
So this is just going to be not tactical, not action, but just strictly turn-based RPGs.
Right.
So
I'm honored to be here. I'd like to thank my mom for all of the opportunity. She's
You're
given me to
not
play
getting
turn-based
drafted.
RPGs.
You're not getting drafted.
My first pick. My first
Like,
pick is Claire Obscure Expedition 30.
I knew it. That's what I knew.
I did
called it. I
too.
totally knew he was going to do that.
All right, Slam, you have the
go.
second pick of the first round.
All right. I choose Persona 5 Royal.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know,
Shocked.
right?
I'm unpredictable. What can I say?
Unpredictable.
Okay, so I have the next two picks since this is a snake draft. I guess I do want to have like one clarifying question, like what would we consider the games that have like a hybrid system?
If there is a turn-based element in it, I think that's fair game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do Trails in the Sky, first chapter remake.
What?
Shocked. I love that we all like all of our first draft picks are just like, yeah. Okay, let me see. I get another pick now. What do I want? I'm gonna pick Dragon Quest XI.
What? She did that to take it from us.
Yep, she sure did, because I was going to pick that one.
All right, Slam, you have the next pick. You haven't done that one in a while.
Yeah, I haven't, have I? I'm going to go with Final Fantasy X.
I knew it.
Shocked.
All right, Brandon.
I get the next two, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go Chrono Trigger. I'm writing mine down, by the way.
I'm writing them all down. So
okay.
You don't have to
Chrono
do that
Trigger and Persona 4 Golden.
Okay. All right. Slam, you're up.
I'm gonna go Lost Odyssey.
Oh, that was mean.
Okay. No, I've got to think for a minute here. I want like a well-rounded team. So I don't just want to pick like a bunch of Trails games. Okay, I've got the next two picks. So I think I'm going to go... Octopath Traveler 0.
She's like picking all our favorite games.
I know. This is messed up.
See what she's doing, though.
This is just proof that we actually have the better favorites that she's got to choose
what?
from. You know?
She
has
to choose
ours. She's got to choose ours. Yeah. To get the most well-rounded draft.
Okay,
whatever. She's going for our game.
So funny.
I don't like
I'll
Dragon
do whatever
Quest,
it takes
but
to
for
win.
the most well-rounded team. Yeah, I see you, Mags.
She's trying to get the votes. You know, that's what she's trying to do.
I want to win. So I make no apologies for what I have to do. Let's see.
Mags.
What? Let's see. Oh, I gotta pick one more. Let's see. I think I will do Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Oh man, I was going to choose that one next. That's the one.
All right, your turn, Slam.
That's the one I was going to choose next. All right, so I have Persona 5 Royal, Lost Odyssey, and Final Fantasy X.
Yep.
Right? Man, that's tough.
That's a tough one. Tough call.
Let me get. Like, part of me wants to choose another Final Fantasy, but I want a well-rounded team like Mags. You know, I'm gonna go Trails to Azure.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah,
That's a good one. All right, Brandon, you get 2 picks now.
All right. First is Final Fantasy 9.
Okay. It's a tough call.
You have Sky First Chapter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you have Azure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm going to say Trails in the Sky, second chapter.
The OG.
Well, unless I can choose remake knowing it's going to be amazing.
No, you can't.
Then just generally SC. It could be remake. It could be OG. Who's to say?
The remake's not out yet. As the commissioner of this draft, it has to be the original.
Well,
but it's a very it's a great game. So
I was gonna say I've been told. So that's
Slam,
it for me.
it's your
done.
pick.
Oh, it's my pick.
Yep.
I got a strong list, y'all. You're done.
We'll see.
So I've got Persona 5. This is my last pick. We're going last picks now. Persona 5 Royal, Final Fantasy X, Lost Odyssey, Trails to Azure.
It's a good list.
It's a tough one, man. I can only choose. I really want a Dragon Quest game in there, but you took Dragon Quest 11 from me.
I did.
Give me Dragon Quest 8.
I see you, Slam. I see you.
All right. I'm going to pick SMT5 Vengeance.
Dang.
And that's it, everyone.
Mags,
what are the final
complete.
teams? Give us the final teams, Mags.
I'll do it. Okay, we'll start with Brandon because he had the first pick. He has Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Chrono Trigger, Persona 4 Golden, Final Fantasy 9, and Trails in the Sky, second chapter.
It's a good list.
It is.
Thanks, buddy.
And then Salam, you had the second overall pick. So your team includes Persona 5 Royal, Final Fantasy X, Lost Odyssey, Trails to Azure, and Dragon Quest 8.
Yeah, that list is sick.
That's fire. Fire list.
And last, but most certainly not least, my team. I have Trails in the Sky First Chapter Remake, Dragon Quest 11S,
Still so mad you took
Octopath
that.
Traveler 0, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and SMT5 Vengeance.
That's also a good list.
All these lists are so good.
I know.
I came out on top, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Just as a reminder, we cannot fairly pick who has the best team out of the three of us.
Because we all think
our
teams are the best.
We all love our teams, as we should. That's what a good coach does. So we're leaving it up to you, the lovely folks viewing this video. Please cast your vote in the comments of this video or on our Discord to let us know who you think got the strongest team.
Awesome.
All right.
What a fun episode.
And with that, we're going to wrap this up. So, Mags, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Avenger Max on Twitter and Blue Sky, or at Moogle Mags in our Level Up Legacy Discord, and writing for Nintendo Force Magazine, and right here on this podcast.
Wow.
Shocking.
Never thought.
Slam,
Who
where
knew?
can everybody find you?
You can find me right here on this podcast at Level Up Legacy, right? You can find me at Slam Zany on all the things, YouTube and Twitter mainly. I posted, by the time this video goes up, I don't know. We're recording ahead of time a little bit. And if you're still around, thank you for that. But
Thank you very much.
I'm having babies soon, so we're trying to get ahead of things.
Right.
Yeah.
Twin Zanies.
Twin
Zanies are
Twin
coming.
Let's
babies.
go. Babies.
They might be here by the time this posts already.
I think they will be, actually.
It's a good possibility.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I posted, Adventures of Elliot preview is up. By the time this goes up, I'll probably have one of my next top 10 JRPG lists that I've been working on for a while now. So be sure to go check out my channel.
Cool.
All right. And I am Retro Brandon. You could find me here on this podcast.
What?
Or you could find me at Retro Brandon on YouTube,
Wow.
at Nova Brand on Twitter, or in the Discord, being a total nut and a goofball, just like the
we
rest
all
of these
do
guys
that.
here.
Yeah, we all do.
So once again, shout outs to everybody who's still here. Shout outs to the members. Shout outs to our Discord. We love you guys, and we'll see you all on the next one.
See you on the next one.
Later.
Bye.